Since day one, historic moments for the Hawks have happened here.
Stockwell drives it to left center. Is this it? It is gone! The Lady Hawks are Class 4A state champions!
Savannah Kirby, step back right wing three. Good! 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 Good!
Kenny stole it! Kenny for three, left wing, it's up! It's in! It is in! To the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. 93 yards, Caleb Carver.
This is a presentation of Green Hill Athletics on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Chim Chimney, the company that you can count on for all of your fireplace and chimney needs. Whether we are servicing or restoring your fireplace system, you can count on top quality and satisfaction every time. Call us today, 615-364-8987.
Providing quality concrete construction throughout Middle Tennessee, Elrod Concrete Company can help with all your concrete needs. From driveways and patios to slabs, foundations, and commercial concrete, Elrod Concrete Company is committed to getting the job done right. Give Drew Elrod a call at 615-852-9518. Elrod Concrete Company, a proud supporter of the Green Hill Sports Network.
Hey Hawks fans, I'm Chase Baker, Agency Manager at Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance. And just like our teams on the field, we're all about protecting what matters most. My office is right across from the hill, so whether you're scoring touchdowns or hitting three-pointers, I'm here to help you win with the right coverage for your home, auto, and life. Stop by and see me, Chase Baker, Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance, right across from Green Hill High School. Go Hawks!
Stay up to date with all the latest news with the Green Hill Sports Network on Facebook and X by following @GH Sports Network. Links to our broadcasts are shared before every game, making it the easiest way to keep up with the Hawks on GHSN. Plus, we'll keep you up to date with everything happening with Green Hill Athletics. Follow @GH Sports Network on Facebook and X for the easiest access to all Green Hill Sports Network broadcasts.
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcasts of Green Hill Athletics.
While most people are clocking out, Green Hill football is ready to clock in for 4 quarters and 48 minutes of work. While the Hawks take the field for pregame warm-ups, the Green Hill Sports Network is ready to go to work as well, filling you in on everything you need to know about tonight's matchup. Helmets and shoulder pads are being buckled, which means it's also time to buckle up for the Chim Chimney pregame show. Now, here's Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens, and Brady Ray.
A week after scoring 15 unanswered points and coming from behind in Chaco Island, the Green Hill Hawks find themselves in Rudderville for week number 2 of a TWSAA 2026 high school football season, and they find themselves matched up with the defending Class 5A state champion, the Page Patriots. Welcome into our coverage of Green Hill football on this final Friday of the month of August in 2026. I'm Christian Capozzi alongside Chase Owens and Brady Ray as we're set to bring you play-by-play coverage of Green Hill football against this Page Patriots program that Green Hill's pretty familiar with. Back-to-back years in the first 2 ever playoff appearances for Green Hill. The Patriots ended the season for Green Hill in the Class 5A quarterfinals in 2021 and 2022, a first-round loss for Green Hill here at Page High School, and the last meeting last year at Green Hill in a game that Page won 44-21. Guys, this is a Page team that's had the number of the Green Hill Hawks, but the Hawks were right on the number in the second half last week. Got a really nice win at Beach.
100%. I'm glad you bring up the good of it because me and Brady did the pregame video, which you guys should go check out on X and Facebook, GH Sports Network over there. And so had only mentioned 2 losses. Christian, I guess I had just blocked that first one that happened back in the quarterfinals at Green Hill High School. But let's talk about the good. None of those past losses matter because now we're in the year of 2026, and the Hawks are 1-0 after being down 13-0 in the first quarter and then posting a shutout for the rest of the game. And that was probably the most impressive thing is that after such a hot start for Beach, the Hawks kind of fought back into it and held their own against a team that, a lot of people are picking to be one of the better ones at their level.
Brady, there was a moment last week at Chaco Island where I'm thinking this may be Not so good tonight for Green Hill, down 13-0 in the first quarter. It was a really strong response for that team in the final 3 quarters of play, especially with a lot of guys out there that have not played varsity football.
Yeah, you had a chance, too, for Beach there to go up 20-3. They actually dropped a wide-open touchdown pass, and that seemed to be the turning point. And from then on, the Green Hill defense kind of dialed in. Beach couldn't do much of anything at that point, and from that point on, it was pretty much Green Hill. So you saw a team grow up really quick, a very youthful team playing their first game together for many of them with a quarterback getting his first career start, and you saw those guys grow up in the second half. They looked pretty darn good. They're going to need that and more tonight, obviously, against the caliber opponent they're facing tonight. But you saw it to end the year last year, and then you saw it in week 1 tonight against Beach. This is a team that's willing to go up against just about anybody and give them a fight.
Chase, a balancing act this past week for head coach Josh Crouch. Certainly excited about your performance week 1, but also knowing the way that you've built this non-region schedule. You can celebrate for a moment, but you really got to get back to work, especially when you're taking on a team with the capabilities and the really fine performance that they've had for a continued amount of years now, like the Page Patriots.
Well, this is what he talked about kind of after that 2024 into the offseason of 2025, is that the playoffs are like this. You don't get to, celebrate one win enough that you forget that you have another opponent next week, because as you go deeper and deeper into the season, as you start playing games in November and December, you kind of don't get a week off. And so Coach Crouch had that mentality of, hey, if it's going to be like that at the end of the season, let's try to make it like that at the beginning of the season, so that way our guys know that this is a long season. You've got to be mentally tough for 10 weeks if you want to play longer, 11, 12, 13, however long you want to go, that this test the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, because it doesn't get any easier next week, and it doesn't get any easier the week after that. So it's about being mentally locked into today, August 28th, and facing the 2025 state champions.
I alluded to it just a second ago, and Chase brings it up, Brady. This is a Page team that finally got over the hump last year. And when you say the hump, it's not too much of a hump. They had been to 4 straight state championship ball games, runners-up 4 years in a row, their 5th consecutive year in a state title game. They get the job done last year, and it's a team that certainly, as always is the case, we know it certainly for Green Hill, losing some pieces from last year, but they've got a lot of returning experience back as well.
And they've got one of the best coaches around in the entire state in Charles Rathbone. What he's been able to accomplish here with a very long career in coaching high school football, but he's got this Page Patriots program really rocking and rolling, and he did it with his son on the team for a number of years until this upcoming year, got to win it with his son, and now he's off to college ball. But that's what they do, is they produce a bunch of talent. We heard him on the radio actually after our game last week, right after our coach and Josh Crouch was on the radio. We got to hear from Coach Rathbone, and he was talking about how, hey, kind of a new year. We actually, it's a ground and pound game for them and always have been. They hang their hat on their defense, who only allows like 12 points per game, I believe. So it's a squad that they know what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball, but it's a team scoring 40 points per game. So it's behind the quarterback and Cam Cruz and really just the mind of head coach Rathbone and his staff, who've just done a fantastic job.
Yep, Green Hill coming off that 15-13 win last week at Chaco Island for Page. They open up the season with a win over Giles County here at home, 48-14. So both sides 1-0 to begin 2026. One team going to get out of here 2-0. One team going to be at 500 2 games into the season. We got a long time to go before we get to kickoff, so let's continue on with our coverage on the Chim Chimney pregame show. Have our friends at Chim Chimney help you with all your chimney and dryer vent needs. They have been a founding sponsor of ours here on the Green Hill Sports Network. You can reach out to the Middle Tennessee located company at 615-364-8987 or visit their website, chim-chimneyinc.com. Chim Chimney, Nashville and Middle Tennessee's chimney and dryer vent professionals. Now let's continue on with our pregame coverage. Here's head coach Josh Crouch on the Green Hill Sports Network. Down 13-0 last Friday at Beach. Coach, you scored 15 unanswered to get a Week 1 win on the road in Chaco Island. How impressed were you with just the response from your guys? And tough spot early on in that matchup where things could have gone south to really fight back and get a big win to start the season.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that was a good response from us. We could have went 2 or 3 different ways there, but last year's team, I probably would have been a little bit more animated on the sideline because they were a little older and could take it. This year's team, we try to stay calm, and I really think our coaches did a good job of going back to the tent and getting some corrections done and making sure we're staying calm when we talk to them and just settling them in. Some of the mistakes were getting made by kids that were the older kids and not necessarily the younger ones. So we just how to settle in, tell them to play within the scheme and play within our defense or offense, and let it kind of come to us as the game went along.
To have some early success, what's the week been like as you prepare for a matchup on the road tonight at Page, where certainly you love to have the great start, but is it one of those things just reminding some of the young guys, hey, you got a long way to go here kind of thing, or what's the experience been like of having them get that first win of 2026?
Yeah, it's definitely been something where we have constantly told them that can't be the best thing that happens to us this year. They can't be they can't, the same people that weren't talking about us from February through June are now the people that are trying to tell us how great we are. And for us, it's just got to be continue to work inside our building and make sure that inside of our walls we understand and have faith in what we're doing. But whether it's good or bad, it can't be something that we look into the tabloids to kind of see who's doing what. So we've been trying to keep in focus about the importance of practice and the importance of continuing to put the next foot forward. But these next two teams are going to be a big test for us, and Centennial sitting there week 4, that'll be another one. So it doesn't get any easier right now, so we're making sure we're telling them to stay with their head down and keep that chip on their shoulder.
Next test tonight here against the Page Patriots, a team that's coming off a Class 5A state championship last year. They've been to 5 consecutive state championship games. Got in the car Friday night after the game at Beach and heard Charles Rathbone on the radio talking about, just how much he enjoys playing you all. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about, why you have this relationship with Coach Rathbone and what you respect so much about his program.
Yeah, so I guess it was 2024. Coach Rathbone was the head coach of the Tennessee All-Star game and had asked me to come coach with him. And we spent 7 days together practicing two times a day and always around each other, and just kind of connected real quick with some of the things that they do program-wise that we try to incorporate with us, and just asking questions back and forth as professionals. But it got to be a Friday or Saturday of that event where we're just kind of sitting around and just talking about football in the next season, and we leaned over and was like, why don't we play? It'll be a good test for us, and it's something it's a familiar opponent. We played them in 21 to go to the semifinals, and was a great game then, and we didn't give him too great of a game the second time we played him. But, I told him that I always respected his program. I love what he does. He's got a good culture. The kids care about him. You can tell whenever they see him or they talk to him, you can tell Coach Rathbone kind of lights up about it. So he's one that I kind of look up to in the coaching profession. He's one that, I'll call once a week or just check in with. But he's got such a good program, and try to model about and ask questions about successful people that do it the right way. And he's one that I've kind of tried to find out some of the ins and outs and how he does things.
The success for his program speaks for itself, but what are the characteristics year in, year out, from when you saw him in 2021 to where you see him tonight here in 2026, that just remains the same about the Patriots?
I would say tempo is something that definitely carries over. I would say that their physicality carries over. I mean, they're a spread team, but all their kids look like they've been in the weight room for 5-6 years. So obviously they do a really good job taking care of themselves and understanding their nutrition. But across the board, they're going to be really, really good athletes. They're not flashy. They're not going to celebrate every play, which I appreciate and respect. But they're going to make plays when they get the opportunities to. So for us, it's about preparing for later on down the road. Of hopefully in those region games we can be in tight spots and kind of lean back on some experiences that we have out of these first couple of weeks. But for them, I fully expect another 5A run at the title with the team that they have coming back.
Don't want to get too ahead of myself here so early in the season, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say this may be one of the better quarterbacks you're going to play this year in a Kansas State commit. What are some of the things that concern you that you're going to have to do well to limit his impact on tonight's game?
Yeah, we said this looking at this week at film. He's probably the best one we're going to face all year. And, there's some really good quarterbacks in our region, and there's some good ones, but you don't necessarily always see a Division I kid. I mean, you look at Cannon last year, how impactful he was for us, and the UT Martin commit, which is great, but we're about to face a Kansas State commit. And he's a super athlete, runs the ball really well. He's got a great mechanics. Obviously been in the state championship game now 2 years in a row, and is pretty special when he throws the football. He's got great receivers, but the thing that jumps most off is his running ability, and I don't think enough people have respect for that. they see him throwing the ball, and he's got a great arm and a strong arm, obviously, but his running ability is pretty special as well.
Defensively for the Patriots, they've been stout in years past and off to another good start after a Week 1 win last week. What are some things your offense, through what we saw last week, multiple formations and sets, are going to have to do to try to sustain drives against the Patriots?
Yeah, Coach Templeton's one of the best ones around. Their defensive coordinator is a really good coach, and we've got to be consistent again. We can't have penalties or miss pitches or any kind of things that are pre-snap, post-snap penalties. We've really got to live in that 3-4 yards at a time, capitalize on some opportunities, and play good football. And whether that's trying to be patient to see if we can get one to bust outside on a jet or a rocket, or maybe hit something inside, or go spread and let Seth kind of divvy it out a little bit, just depending on where we are up front. But they're good in the box. They're good at outside backer. They got a lot of good guys that can run and are big kids. It seems like every year they have a number 40 at outside backer that's just a monster. So it's going to be a big test for us, but I think for us it's just got to be consistent when moving the football. And then defensively, we've got to make sure that we're getting our checks and trying to keep the ball in front of us and not letting the big plays over top of our head.
That's head coach Josh Crouch with us here on the Green Hill Sports Network. We'll chat with him later on, but right now, time for a break here on the Chim Chimney pregame show.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mark's Automotive Repair Center, a AAA auto repair center that has served the Mount Juliet community since 2005. Give them a call at 615-864-8008. And by Sign Central. Experience their family-friendly service for all your custom signs, banners, and personal gift needs by calling them at 615-773-1088. Green Hill Sports Network coverage continues in just a moment after these messages.
Green Hill Animal Hospital is proud to support our Mount Juliet athletes and families this fall. Veterinary owned and part of this community, Green Hill Animal Hospital delivers quality service and compassionate care for the pets you love. From routine wellness visits to advanced medical treatment, including surgery, our experienced team is here to keep tails wagging all season long. Green Hill Animal Hospital, your hometown choice for exceptional pet care. Visit greenhillanimalhospital.com today.
Quality, integrity, and exceptional service. Those are just a few ways to describe what Mark's Automotive Repair Center has offered the Mount Juliet community for more than 2 decades. Conveniently located on Lebanon Road less than 2 miles from the hill, whether it's routine maintenance or complex repairs, Mark's Automotive Repair Center will help you keep moving forward. To schedule your appointment, call 615-864-8008. Mark's Automotive Repair Center, now with locations in Old Hickory and White House.
If it's under Friday night lights or in the classroom, Wilson Bank and Trust is committed to helping our communities thrive. By supporting local schools and promoting financial education, we're investing in the people who will shape tomorrow's success. So here's to teamwork, opportunity, and a brighter future for Middle Tennessee. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
This is Senior Zach Cartwright, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
We're back on the Chim Chimney pregame show, counting down to kick off before tonight's matchup. The Green Hill Hawks taking on the Page Patriots. Now joined with senior running back Zach Cartwright, who is hard to believe, Zach, year 3 of you starting in this offense. Got to start last week at Beach. Maybe not the best of starts for the team on offense. How were you all able to kind of pick it up after being down 13-0 to the Bucs last week?
It was just belief, energy. The energy kind of shifted a little bit. Everybody caught some life after the first drive coming out of the second half. Everybody just wanted to win, wanted to fight back. Everybody was down us, so we wanted to prove something.
From a player perspective, what's it like in this offense this year where we've seen you kind of multiple sets, you spread it out at times, and then had a lot of success out of the wing tee last week. Has it been maybe a learning process of just trying to get all of these different formations and plays down?
It's definitely a learning process. You got to make sure you got details, do everything, at least know your assignment, because if you mess up, it could go to trash real bad. But it's a good offense, been working, take every day step by step, and just getting better.
We mentioned bringing up your assignment. You kind of had several different assignments there. You were back behind Seth in the backfield, and then in that wing spot too. Do you like being able to kind of mix and match and give yourself different opportunities depending on the play call?
I definitely love it. It gives me more versatility to throw the defense off a little bit. They don't know what could be happening because I'm blocking, catching, and then running as well. But as long as I do my assignment right, it'll be real good.
You mentioned the pass game. You had a 15-yard reception last week against the Buccaneers. Is that part of your game that has kind of grown over time as you gotten older, or what is your role in the passing game?
I try my hardest to be a fully complete back. You want to go to college, you got to be able to do it all. So the pass game, we got a few sets where I'll be empty, but a lot of times I'll also be flying out of the backfield. So, it's just good offense.
You're just a couple yards shy of 2,000 career rushing yards here at Green Hill High School. What does it mean for what you've done the last couple years, but now specifically in your senior year, just trying to continue the success of not just your own play on the field, but what this team has done since you've been here at Green Hill High School?
Right. It means a lot. It's a good milestone for myself to want to achieve something, make a name for myself at the program. Also, just to prove to myself that I can do big things and make a big name for myself. And I mentioned them on the live stream when I watched it. They said I had about 400 or so to go, so I'm definitely trying to make that happen.
Absolutely. What's a key in this matchup tonight against this Patriots defense, that, especially this year and in years past, they've been pretty stout?
To be disciplined, get on them fast. Don't slow down. Got to have a better start. Last game we started off slow. Got to start fast this time and just work our offense.
Zach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Zach Cartwright, senior running back for Green Hill. We now toss it back to the Science Central broadcast booth as Brady Ray takes us through this week in Green Hill athletics.
Another busy week on the Hill, so let's take a look at the Green Hill Athletics week in review. Beginning with cross country, who hosted the Green Hill Invite this last weekend. And congratulations to Grant Kemp of the Green Hill cross country team. He won the Green Hill Invite this past weekend and was also voted Tennessee Runner of the Week by Tennessee Miles Split. Boys and girls golf team is hosting a fundraiser on September 26th at Back 9 Golf. It'll be a two-man scramble, and each team will have 1.5 hours in the bay to warm up and play 9 holes. The cost is $200, and there are only 16 spots available. Lunch will be provided. If you're interested in participating, please contact head coach Seth Poston at his email, which is a little complex. So follow me here. It is post, OSET 100 at WCschools.com for more information. Boys golf also remained undefeated in district play after beating Hendersonville and Gallatin this past week. Sophomore Liam Donovan finished first overall with the low round of 69. Volleyball was in action this week, defeating Station Camp in 4 sets. Currently, the Hawks are 3-0 in District 12 3A play. And next week, volleyball will play Gallatin at home on Tuesday and at Beach on Thursday. Tune into the Green Hill Sports Network Tuesday night at 6 o'clock to watch the Hawks take on the Green Wave. The Lady Hawks basketball team will be hosting a car wash tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the pub on North Mount Juliet Road. Swing by and support the Lady Hawks basketball program tomorrow, again, at the pub from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Bowling teams are in full swing, and the girls team specifically is still looking for a couple more participants. Stop by the office and get more information to contact Coach Hubbock for more information. Go Hawks. Green Hill Track and Field would like to welcome 2 new assistant coaches to the staff. Matt Dowland will be the new hurdles coach while also assisting with sprinters. Wade Oliver is the new assistant distant coach, and Coach Oliver is also assisting with cross country. A reminder to all of our listeners as well to start thinking about spring boys lacrosse, one of our fastest growing sports. Reach out to Coach Silverman at SILVEMIC100 at WCschools.com if you're interested. And continue to stay tuned for upcoming school tryouts for lacrosse sessions. For Green Hill Athletic broadcast information, follow the Green Hill Sports Network on Twitter and Facebook at GH Sports Network. And make sure to hit subscribe on our YouTube page. And that's it for this Green Hill Athletics Week in Review. When we come back from a short break, we'll have plenty of more action here on the Chim Chimney pregame show.
Stock performance holding you back? It's time to upgrade. White House Performance Parts is locally owned and trusted by Tennessee's top gearheads. They carry Holley, MSD Ignition, BP Race Fuels, Fragola fittings, along with other proven brands. Plus, fast nitrous refills right on site. Visit them at 600 Sage Road North in White House, online at whitehouseperformanceparts.com, or call 615-913-1833. White House Performance Parts. Fuel your passion with them today. As a lifelong resident of Mount Juliet and with his children graduating from Green Hill High School, you could say Yancey Belcher is pretty familiar with this community. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients within the community and throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they are ready to help you with your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out the website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher is a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network. Time for Hawk History on the Green Hill Sports Network. September 6th, 2024. 2-0 to start the new season. Green Hill hosts the Summit Spartans on the Hill. A year removed from a 41-35 shootout victory at Summit, the Hawks and Spartans find themselves in a much different ball game in Mount Juliet, in large part due to Mother Nature. With 8:59 to go, the rain has all of a sudden showed up here in Mount Juliet.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness, this rain has come out of nowhere. It is pouring here at Green Hill High School. Scoreless after the first quarter, the game's only points at halftime are thanks to Caden Chandler. Waiting on the snap, there it is, put down by NOJ. That kick is up, and the kick is good. With 7:56 to play in the first half, Caden Chandler puts the Hawks on the board in a downpour. 3 for Green Hill, nothing for the Summit Spartans here at Green Hill High School. McNamara, there's a snap. Old put down by Owens. That kick is up. That kick is good! Caden Chandler from 36 yards out tacks on 3 more. 6 for Green Hill, nothing for Summit. Green Hill's 6-0 lead remains the same heading into the fourth quarter. While the rain might limit the passing attack, that doesn't mean the quarterback can't use his legs. Burrows remains in the gun with NOJ to his right. Has 4 rushing touchdowns this season. Snap, Cannon. Works upfield, works into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Hill! In the gun, snap, keep right side, follows NOJ into the end zone, hit at the goal line, and falls forward for a Green Hill touchdown. His second rushing touchdown of the night, and it's Green Hill on top by 19. Cannon Burrows rushes for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns, while the Hawks defense pitches their second consecutive shutout to begin the season, while limiting Summit to just 114 yards of total offense. They win it at home, 20-0, to advance to 3-0 in 2024 and prepare themselves for Region 4 6A play a week from now. That's Hawk History on the Green Hill Sports Network.
For 22 years, right here in the heart of Mount Juliet, Sign Central has been more than just a business. We're a proud, woman-owned, family-operated treasure of Wilson County. As parents whose children have thrived in Wilson County schools, we cherish the spirit of this community. We're thankful for the memories and friendships made here. Whether you need custom signs, eye-catching banners, or unique personal gifts, we invite you to come experience our family-friendly service. Visit us at 12020 Lebanon Road or call 615-773-1088. Let's create something special together.
Stay up to date with all the latest news with the Green Hill Sports Network on Facebook and X by following @GH Sports Network. Links to our broadcasts are shared before every game, making it the easiest way to keep up with the Hawks on GHSN. Plus, we'll keep you up to date with everything happening with Green Hill Athletics. Follow @GH Sports Network on Facebook and X for the easiest access to all Green Hill Sports Network broadcasts.
This is Senior Miles Harden, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Back in Williamson County on the Green Hill Sports Network as the Chim Chimney pregame show continues on. I'm Christian Capozzi with senior defensive lineman Miles Harden, who had really nice back-to-back plays in Chaco Island last Friday. Miles, let's go through those 2 plays that you had. You get a sack, then you get a pass breakup. Pretty good instances there in that drive and a meaningful part of the ball game last week. Take me through those 2 big plays for you.
Yeah, so those 2 plays, I'd like to say it was like all me, but it was really Coach Crouch.
Coach Crouch, both those plays, he told me what to do. That second play where I had the pass deflection, he told me line up inside, loop outside, and it just really helped me be right where I was supposed to be, so thank him for that. And the sack, Coach Clemens for that one, because he likes to tell us run to the ball, hustle, and that's just what I try to do, just hustle to the ball.
That's what you did on that play. Had to chase quarterback all the way out of the pocket near the sideline. Is hustle kind of a big part of your game? How would you describe what you do down on that defensive line?
Yeah, I'd just say it's hustling, taking up gaps, really those two. Just being big in the gap and really just letting Gabe and our other linebackers do what they do best, which is make plays, and that's pretty much it.
What were you all able to do last Friday? You're down 13-0. Beach went down, scored twice on their first two possessions. After that, y'all didn't give up another point the rest of the night. What were you able to do to kind of rally the troops and have such a good end to that ball game?
I just think just be vocal. Like, a lot of these people we have playing now haven't really played a lot of snaps. It's their first start ever. So I was just vocal, telling them stuff happens, can't get down. If we get down, then we're going to lose this game. But just stay up, fight back, and that's what we did.
You say vocal, and I just think of the voice Ahmad Childress has, that defensive line coach of yours. What's it like playing for a guy that's done it at the biggest level, played in the SEC at Alabama, played in the NFL as well, too? It's going to be a pretty cool experience learning from that guy.
It's a really fun time. He's a great guy. He's a great coach, great leader. He jokes a lot, but he also gets onto us a lot. Like, if we do anything wrong, he'll tell us right, and you just got to listen to him. Because, like you said, he's been everywhere. He's done it at all levels, and I just think you need to realize that and just listen.
Miles, as you get ready for this ball game tonight against the Patriots, defending Class 5A state champions, they've been good a handful of years, another good squad they've got again this year. What's this defense going to have to do to try to slow down this high-powered Patriot offense?
I think just do our jobs. Last week, when we went down 13-0, we were just not doing our jobs. We were trying to do our own thing. We were getting the wrong gaps, making the wrong reads, doing all that. But then we started getting into our game, so we need to play our game instead of their game.
Miles, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. All right, Chase Owens, it's your turn here on the Chim Chimney pregame show. Week 1 in the books. Time now for week number 2 on our Cedar City Title Region Scoreboard.
Absolutely right, Christian. Thank you so much to Miles Harden for joining us here on the Chim Chimney pregame show. But now it's time for that Cedar City Title Region Scoreboard. Looking to buy or sell, call Danielle 615-470-8700. Cedar City Title, handling all of your closing needs. First off, we have Lebanon, who fell short last week to Nolensville 21-14, traveling to Murfreesboro, take on the Siegel Stars, who suffered a loss at the hands of the Cookeville Cavaliers 42-14. Lebanon returned 11 total starters, 5 on offense and 6 on defense, but unfortunately just could not get out of their own way. They had 257 total yards of offense, but had 3 turnovers. They were down 14-0, able to claw it back and tie the ball game. But Nolensville, with about 5 minutes left to play, had a touchdown drive, and then the Devils had a turnover on the subsequent drive. Penalties were a problem 7 times for 75 yards. We'll see if the turnovers and penalties were just Week 1 errors or how the Blue Devils face off against the Stars. Speaking of the Stars' most recent opponent, Cookeville plays host to Franklin Road Academy, or FRA, if you may know it that way. Franklin Road Academy coming off a 56-14 win versus South Gibson. Cookeville, as we just mentioned, 42-14 over Siegel. They had to replace their top rusher and all-region player in Blake Barrett, but it seems like Hunt Reese was huge in the matchup as his replacement. He had both a rushing touchdown and a pick-6. The Cookeville defense was huge as well, forcing 3 turnovers and scoring 2 of them. Next on the list, it seems that Franklin's the name on the region scoreboard, as Franklin, the Rebels now, travel to Gallatin, Admirals, They are coming off of a 40-7 win versus Laverne, and Gallatin coming off of a 28-24 win at Hendersonville. Gallatin won this matchup a season ago, 23-20, and are looking to try and do it again with new starting quarterback Landry Roddy, a sophomore. 3 interceptions in his first start, also had 2 touchdowns, and engineered a 10-play, 80-yard game-winning drive with a 4th and 7 conversion. The story of the night, though, Gallatin's defense, phenomenal. Forced 3 turnovers, and on the final drive, forced a 4-and-out turnover on downs. Both teams 1-0 into the matchup. second to last, Mount Juliet at Beach. Both teams 0-1. As you know, Beach suffered their first loss of the season to your very own Green Hill Hawks. And Mount Juliet had a tough battle in the Antioch Bears. 20-7, the loss for MJ. Andre Adams was huge in the ball game, rushing for over 100 yards. But Mount Juliet just couldn't stop it there. 43 rushing attempts, 7 of those gaining 10 or more yards. It wasn't like it was a big play game for Antioch, but just consistently chewing up the yards, and Mount Juliet just couldn't slow them down. Also broke in a new quarterback, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If I am not, please reach out to us. I can correct it. Jonas Gizsaw, a former wide receiver, was really trying his hardest, but it's just a new game for him, new position. So Coach Perry was very, easy with him, didn't harp too much on him. It was the ground game, though, for the Golden Bears that couldn't get going. 40 yards on 23 attempts. We will see how they do against the Buccaneers of Beach tonight. Now, for your last game in the region that isn't your Green Hill Hawks, the Wildcats of Wilson Central, coming off of a 20-11 loss at Cane Ridge, travel to Northwest, who won 47-6 versus Fort Campbell. It was a tough start for head coach Josh Kniffel as his Wildcats fell. They had an 11-8 lead, but the Ravens went on 2 touchdown drives in the late second half, and those are the only touchdowns that the Ravens were able to score on last Friday night, but too little, too late. Offense couldn't get going. We'll see how the Wildcats, who won this matchup last year 45-14, can do tonight now that they are headed to Northwest. Cookeville, Gallatin, Green Hill, all 1-0 on the week. Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, all 0-1 on the week. That is going to do it for our Cedar City Title Region scoreboard. We will update you guys throughout the night as that goes on and keep you up to date with all the scores around the region. But for right now, it's a short timeout here on the Chim Chimney pregame show.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mark's Automotive Repair Center, a AAA auto repair center that has served the Mount Juliet community since 2005. Give them a call at 615-864-8008. And by Sign Central. Experience their family-friendly service for all your custom signs, banners, and personal gift needs by calling them at 615-773-1088. Green Hill Sports Network coverage continues in just a moment after these messages.
Chim Chimney, the company that you can count on for all of your fireplace and chimney needs. Whether we are servicing or restoring your fireplace system, you can count on top quality and satisfaction every time. Call us today, 615-364-8987.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live, too. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Tired of stock performance holding you back? It's time to upgrade. White House Performance Parts is locally owned and trusted by Tennessee's top gearheads. They carry Holley, MSD ignition, BP race fuels, Fragola fittings, along with other proven brands. Plus, fast nitrous refills right on site. Visit them at 600 Sage Road North in White House, online at whitehouseperformanceparts.com, or call 615-913-1833. White House Performance Parts. Fuel your passion with them today.
This is Senior Zonline Beard, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
A Week 2 matchup matchup in the TSSAA high school football season. Two 1-0 squads meet in Williamson County, Tennessee. It's the Green Hill Hawks and the Page Patriots meeting for the fourth time all-time here in the short history of these two really nice football programs, especially Chase for the Page Patriots. 5 times in a row they've made it to the Class 5A state championship. 4 years in a row runners-up. In 24, and 23, and 22, and 21, 2025, they finally get the job done. Just continued success for this program, and no shocker here, they're good again.
No, 100%. And what Coach Rathbone has done just throughout his time here is just continuously developed young men into men, and that's kind of what breeds success on the football field. It seems like he has a great coaching staff surrounding him, and something that's just consistent around here in Williamson County is winning. And so you kind of are what you breed, and success breeds success. And so they're in a winning culture, and they've been doing it for several years now. It's all over their stadium. On their 2025 state championship banner, it says underneath it, state runner-ups for 4 years in a row, all of the years listed. So it is really cool to be here and just kind of experience this environment, kind of like we talked about at Beach last week.
Well, pretty nice, too, when you had a stretch of continued success, and then you got guys move in from out of state, like, I don't know, Cameron Cruz, a 3-star Kansas State commit who threw 35 touchdowns last year, just 3 INTs, threw for 2,200 yards, and he's off to another nice start as a senior. Last week in the win over Giles County, went 11 of 20 passing, 172 yards, and 4 touchdowns through the air. We said with head coach Josh Crouch, and probably going to, like I said, I don't want to speak too soon in this season, probably going to be the best quarterback the Hawks face this season.
I think you're absolutely correct, Christian. Just based on, the raw numbers and his ability to make a play happen. And you brought it up, just the ability to extend plays like we saw last season. But I feel like the 3 INTs is what captivates me the most, because at such a young age to be able to control the ball like that, not put it in harm's way, that is such a huge part of your offense in high school football, and he's mastering that skill right now.
Well, and as good as the Patriots are in the air, also really good on the ground. Isaac Odie, last year as a junior, 780 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns. He's been doing it since his freshman year. He ran for nearly 600 yards and 9 touchdowns as a freshman. He's back for a junior season and got back into the end zone last week. 18 carries, 204 yards, and a score against the Bobcats of Giles County. This is certainly one of those offenses that's kind of pick your poison. Do you sell out to stop Cameron Cruz, or do you stop Isaac Odie on the ground? Going to be a really difficult night tonight for this Green Hill offense, and the second game as the defensive coordinator for Stephen Clemens.
I'm glad you brought him up. He popped on film. 18 carries to over 200 yards. That's over a first down every time he touched the football. And so number 8 it is a problem for the Green Hill Hawks tonight. We talked about it on the pregame show, the pregame show's pregame video, I would say. Go check it out on GH Sports Network, Twitter, and Facebook, or X as it's called now. But a lot like Crutcher. Crutcher really got off to a solid start last week of number 4 for the Buccaneers, but kind of fizzled out late. I'm kind of hoping that if the Hawks let him get going, it's let him see something early and then kind of bring him back, because that is a special ball player, able to hit the house on any run.
And, Chase, this is a Page team that, as good as they are on offense, last year averaged just shy of 40 points a game. It's really been the defense in years past which they've really excelled at. Maybe last year was kind of a down year. They gave up 12 points a game. That's almost unlike the Patriots, but they had 4 shutouts. Just every time you see this team defensively, it was, starts with head coach Charles Rathbone, who's now 132-45 in his 15th season as the head coach of the Patriots. Just so well coached, and they're really sound defensively.
I think last year you do a great job with our pregame notes, but 12.5 points coming into last season. I think the year before it was less than 10. So they don't give up touchdowns to score on this team. You have to do a really, really disciplined job on your offensive side of the ball. 12.1 points a game last season. Last week they only gave up 14, and so 2 touchdowns, not too much to lose ball games in.
And talked about the continued success of this program. Their last regular season loss, August 25th, 2023. So already now more than 3 years ago, they lost in triple overtime to Independence. And they haven't lost to a non-Williamson County team since September 11th, 2020, when they lost 41-0 at Lipscomb Academy. That was 2,178 days ago. It's just put here in Rudderville even more difficult to beat Page. It's going to be a tall task tonight for Green Hill, and as Coach Josh Crouch and really the entire coaching staff has preached to their team right, you got kind of away with one last week on a 13-0 start. That thing could have gotten out of hand. If you come out and have a similar start tonight, it may get ugly.
Now, you just mentioned it. The seniors on this team have not lost to a school outside of this county, so they only know how to, fight against the hardest people. And so, as you mentioned, Christian, 13-0 won't be where it stops for the Page Patriots. A talented offense, a defense that will not let you score touchdowns late. And so it is a tough battle for the Hawks, but that's exactly what Coach Crouch wanted. He knows what fight he's in for tonight, and so Hawks got to do a really good job controlling the football and getting the other offense off the field.
Well, sometimes early in the season you're having to fight the weather, but Brady Ray, not really the occasion here the first 2 weeks of the season. Got pretty good conditions tonight in Williamson County.
No, Christian, we've been talking about battling the Page Patriots tonight and what a task that is. That will not be the case against the weather. The weather is fully cooperating here for us tonight. It's still a little warm outside, but 83 degrees is our current temperature. Sun's going to set pretty earlier than it has in quite some time, 7:19. So we'll see those temperatures begin to drop as the sun sets into the 70s, and by the time this one is coming to a close, we'll be right there in the mid-70s. A beautiful, beautiful night. Not many clouds at all.
Yeah, great night to be outdoors. As Brady Ray will be down on that Green Hill sideline in just a moment. We'll have kickoff here in just a few minutes in Williamson County. It's a Week 2 matchup, the Page Patriots and the Green Hill Hawks, meeting for the 4th time all time. We'll step aside when we return, catch up with head coach Josh Crouch for his keys to tonight's game, brought to you by Elrod Concrete Company. Don't go anywhere. This is Green Hill football coverage on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Agency manager at Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance. We're not just your insurance company, we're your neighbors. My office is right across the street from Green Hill High School. So whether it's protecting your home, car, or small business, I'm right here when you need me. Local service, friendly faces, and coverage you can count on. Come see me right across from Green Hill High School.
Chase Baker with Mountain Juliet Farm Bureau, a proud supporter of the Green Hill Sports Network. Quality, integrity, and exceptional service. Those are just a few ways to describe what Mark's Automotive Repair Center has offered the Mount Juliet community for more than 2 decades. Conveniently located on Lebanon Road less than 2 miles from the hill, whether it's routine maintenance or complex repairs, Mark's Automotive Repair Center will help you keep moving forward. To schedule your appointment, call 615-864-8008. Mark's Automotive Repair Center, now with locations in Old Hickory and White House. As a lifelong resident of Mountain Juliet and with his children graduating from Green Hill High School, you could say Yancey Belcher is pretty familiar with this community. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients within the community and throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they are ready to help you with your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out the website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher is a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network.
As a mom, I'm glad my son plays school sports. It's where he has fun with his friends. He contributes to the team. Oh, and he stays out of trouble. Otherwise, he'd probably be in his room by himself, having way too much screen time. School sports give him a place where he belongs and doesn't feel alone. And I am so thankful for that.
Support your school's athletic programs and the impact they have on entire communities, especially our students. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Providing quality concrete construction throughout Middle Tennessee, Elrod Concrete Company can help with all your concrete needs. From driveways and patios to slabs, foundations, and commercial concrete, Elrod Concrete Company is committed to getting the job done right. Give Drew Elrod a call at 615-852-9518. Elrod Concrete Company, a proud supporter of the Green Hill Sports Network.
This is head coach Josh Crouch. You're listening to Hawk Football on Green Hill Sports Network.
Moments away from Week 2 kickoff here at Page High School. The Hawks on the road for a second consecutive road game to begin 2026. We join now with head coach Josh Crouch for his keys to tonight's game, presented by Elrod Concrete Company. And Coach, let's start with your offense. Saw the running game really get going in the second half last week. How do you hope to do that for 4 quarters tonight against the Patriots?
Yeah, if we can get Zach and Will, Xylon, even Jalen and Hewitt, some of those guys, some touches and kind of divvy it out a little bit. We've got to do a good job of blocking for each other and see if we can get 3-4 yards at a time and stay consistent with moving the chains on 3rd down.
Sawyer Phillips last week for Beach, more of a pocket passer kind of quarterback. Not really the case tonight, what you're seeing here with the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, every element of zone read, RPOs, triple option, they're letting the quarterback make checks as much as they can, and he's pretty dynamic with the ball in his hands, and they got a really good running back. So it depends on what you kind of want to take away, pick your poison kind of deal. But we've got to do a good job of trying to mix some coverages up and disguise some things and see if we can get maybe a mistake or two in the game against their offense.
The Beach special teams unit certainly had your eye with Jeremy Laster back there as a returner. Got through that one unharmed. What are some things that you're concerned about in this matchup with Page?
Page returns a 2-year starter at kickers, putting the ball in the end zone every time on kickoff. He's averaging about 40 to 46 yards on punt, and is a real weapon as far as flipping the field. It was 2 for 2 in field goals last week. So he's pretty special as far as the specialist goes. So we've got to do a good job of trying to not allow their guys to get extra points or extra possessions on special teams, and we've got to do a really good job of covering and making sure that we don't give up anything quick and where our defense is on a short field.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcast of Green Hill Athletics.
The true purpose of high school sports is not about playing time or winning trophies. It's not about getting college scholarships or going pro. If that's your focus, you're missing the point. High school sports are about teaching life lessons and helping students become better people. While winning is the goal, growing is the purpose of high school sports, and we believe that is worth protecting.
Let's join together to protect the purpose of high school sports. Visit protectthepurpose.com. This message presented by the NFHS and the TSSAA.
If it's under Friday night lights or in the classroom, Wilson Bank and Trust is committed to helping our communities thrive. By supporting local schools and promoting financial education, we're investing in the people who will shape tomorrow's success. So here's to teamwork, opportunity, and a brighter future for Middle Tennessee. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Green Hill Animal Hospital is proud to support our Mount Juliet athletes and families this fall. Veterinary owned and part of this community, Green Hill Animal Hospital delivers quality service and compassionate care for the pets you love. From routine wellness visits to advanced medical treatment, including surgery, our experienced team is here to keep tails wagging all season long. Green Hill Animal Hospital, your hometown choice for exceptional pet care. Visit greenhillanimalhospital.com today.
A year after making their first 6A quarterfinal appearance, Green Hill football continued to leave their mark on the 615 and throughout the state of Tennessee. In 2026, it's no secret that Green Hill football has some big shoes to fill.
Cannon Burrows trying to get to the goal line. He's in! Touchdown, Green Hill! Running out of time, and he is brought down. Omeza Damien, the Army commit. Throws across the middle. There's Luke Parton, and there's another Green Hill touchdown.
Although the Hawks feature new faces, new names, and new uniforms this season, the standard remains the same for head coach Josh Crouch and his team. Fast, physical, and fun.
Bringing them down was Evan Buckner. Hit, he is sacked! It's Gabe Euler! What a play by Will Butler! The Butler did it! Touchdown, Green Hill! Zach Cartwright, ball deflected, picked off! It's picked off, King right to the 20, and into the end zone! Touchdown, Xylon Beard! What a move!
These Hawks have been waiting for their shot, but the wait is over. It's time for Green Hill football. For tonight's play-by-play coverage on the Green Hill Sports Network, here's Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens, and Brady Ray.
The Williamson County stretch kicks off tonight for the Green Hill Hawks in non-region football. Buckle up. 3 weeks in a row, Green Hill taking on Williamson County opponents and some of the best in the land. Tonight, the defending state champs in Class 5A, the Page Patriots. Next week, the runners-up in Class 6A, the Ravenwood Raptors. And a week before region play begins, the Centennial Cougars come to Green Hill High School. You can't get ahead of 1 week from the other. Green Hill last week in week 1. Boy, did you feel good after a 15-13 win over the Beach Buccaneers, a team that Page defeated in the Class 5A quarterfinals a year ago. Tonight, week 1 does not matter anymore. Green Hill's got to come prepared to play, and they're going to try to do that here in just a moment here in Franklin, Tennessee, in the community of Rudderville. I'm Christian Capozzi alongside Chase Owens. Our spotter this evening is Seth Poston, and Brady Ray is on the Green Hill sideline on a raucous Friday night here at Page High School. The Patriots are packing out these home stands. They have come prepared. The Green Hill Hawks, faithful on the far side, have traveled well themselves. Appreciate head coach Josh Crouch joining us for his keys to tonight's game, brought to you by Elrod Concrete Company. Elrod Concrete Company provides quality concrete construction throughout Middle Tennessee. From driveways and patios to slabs, foundations, and commercial concrete, Elrod Concrete Company is committed to getting the job done right. Call Drew Elrod at 615-852-9518 for all your concrete needs. Let's throw it down to the field as we tune in for tonight's coin toss. We'll send it down to Brady Ray.
We're blowing our whistle. We're trying to keep you out of trouble, so help us out there. Be the best team so we get all the points. Green Hill. One with a head
Number
and a
2.
tail. Tell me what you're going to call. Say it loud enough for Mr. Weatherford to hear it. And if I drop it, we'll do it again. Tails. Tails the call.
Took that number 27.
Tails. You won the toss. You'd like to defer.
All right, Evan Buckner, 2 for 2 to begin the year. Number 2-0 has won the coin toss in back-to-back weeks. Green Hill wins, defers their option to the second half, and Chase Owens, we will see the Hawks defense to start tonight's game.
And that's exactly how you want it. You want to get, they say you don't start the fight until you get hit. And so I think if you kind of let that offense come out and you do some hitting, you can start the fight a little early. So we'll see how the Hawks are prepared for that 5A state champion and runner-up every year, it seems, since the Hawks opened their school.
Green Hill takes the field from the south end zone, wearing white uniforms, green numbers and letter with a white helmet. The Page Patriots with white pants, red jerseys, white numbers and letters. Patriots written on the front of the uniform. The old Pat the Patriot logo on the side of the lid for the homestanding Page Patriots, a team that plays 3 consecutive home games to begin the season. Quickly before we have kickoff, ran out of time during the Chim Chimney pregame show. Got to get to our players to watch tonight. Brady, let's get it down to you first. Who is your player to watch this evening?
Guys, it seems so simple. I've got to go there with Will Butler, commanding on the defensive side specifically, but give it to the leader, Will Butler. I expect a big game out of him tonight to help his team out.
I got to go with Gabe Euler. I think the middle of this defense is so crucial. Him and Evan Buckner are so vital to how things go. Gabe Euler standing back there in the middle of the defense. It's him controlling the tempo tonight.
I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path. I think I went the entire offensive line last week, but specifically Mac Willis starting at guard with no Denver Munoz tonight. Colton Redmond will move over to left tackle, and Mac Willis, the 5'10", 190-pound junior, getting the start at left guard. This offensive line is going to have to come to play tonight.
100%, Christian. Both sides, the trenches are vital.
If you like high school football, you would like Page High School tonight. It is packed on the final Friday of August as Bow Win tees it up, kicks it off, and we are underway in Williamson County. Taken at the 12-yard line to the 15-20, 25-30, and up to the 35-yard line. The returner is stopped at the 37. Nice starting field position for Flynn Steele, the senior returner. He's stopped by King Wright, and it'll be 1st and 10 Page from their own 36-yard line on this artificial turf here at Page High School.
Very big blocks there on that kickoff return. A couple boys got put on their backside. That's why the return was so long.
Well, I think we've already got clock problems, Chase. They're looking over at the Jumbotron. It had 11:37 on it. No way that took 23 seconds. And they have reset the game clock, 11:50 showing on it, as the Patriots will touch the football for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Here's the Kansas State commit, Cam Cruz. The senior last week throwing 4 touchdowns against Giles County. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. On 1st and 10, they'll run Odie between the tackles, 40, and he'll stop at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Tackled by Owen Tolbert, 2nd and 4 for the Patriots.
Something we saw a lot last week, just the Hawks getting low and getting beat off the ball as the Patriots already have a man down.
On the first rushing attempt of the evening, Austin Belsky the sophomore lineman down at the 40-yard line, as he will need medical attention just 15 seconds into the game. Chase, that's a position of strength every time you take on the Page Patriots. Charles Rathbone in his 15th season as head coach assisted Page from 2001 to 2011, but he's an offensive line guy. Played at William Blount from the 1990 season to 1993 and was a D2 All-American at Carson Newman in 1997. He knows how to coach him up.
No, absolutely. And you always say that. Offensive line coaches and then defensive coordinators usually make the best head coaches just because they're looking at the game from a completely different perspective. Luckily, I included both the head coaches on these sidelines tonight, so neither one of them can get mad at me. But we know that he has the guys and even has the depth at the level that he probably likes it, as we're able to see. Did you say his name, Belsky? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep, Austin Belsky. The sophomore will limp his way off the field, really favoring that left side of his leg. He's really struggling, too. Now he's going to have to get a little assistance.
That's also speaks to the talent, probably what a level of a young man he is. Only a sophomore, not even able to drive yet, and able to start on the Page Patriots is.
And Chase, something that Brady brought up during the Chim Chinny pregame show, we were listening on the radio last week. Josh Crouch called in, and then the next caller was Charles Rathbone, talking about it being kind of a neat experience after his son started on that offensive line for the last 4 years. He's now down in Arkansas playing collegiate football.
That's kind of awesome.
And talking about it was kind of a weird Friday night last week without having his son out there for the first time in a long time. So after the stoppage, after the first snap of the night, 2nd and 4, it's Page from their own 42. Snap, Cruz
Great
rolling
job,
left.
Harden.
Here comes pressure. Cruz going to be hit, twirled down, and Charlie Neal stops him at the 44. It is a gain of 1. Make that 2 yards up to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 2 for the Patriots as the Green Hill defense will get set. The starters for the Hawks up front, Miles Harden, Matthew Verone, and Cole Rayburn. Linebackers Evan Buckner, Gabe Euler, and Isaac Hewitt. And then the defensive backs, Charlie Neal, Cale Franklin Loudermilk, Brady Coleman, Will Butler, and King Wright. 3rd and 2, Page from their own 44. Snap, Cruz, hands off. It's Odie past the 45 to the 46 and tackled right at the marker. Looks like he's going to have enough to move the chains. Green Hill defended it decently there, but just enough for that first down as Evan Buckner makes the tackle.
Yeah, they sent a kind of a strong side blitz. They came from the wide side of the field and tried to crash down. Really good job right there by the Patriots offense. They had an inside zone going left, and even though they got to him, it was only 3 yards. He's able to keep his feet moving and fall forward.
Buckner made 3 stops last week in the win at Chaco Island. 1st and 10, Page. Now near midfield at their own 47. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Hawks showing a little pressure. Snap, give. Odie jukes out of the way of 1 tackler and then tripped up at midfield just past the 50-yard line. It's a run of 3 as he's tackled low by Cole Rayburn. 2nd and 7. Nearly 2 minutes into the matchup, no score between Page and Green Hill.
Yeah, and a really early aggressive style right now from the Green Hill defense. They're sending stunts early, trying to control the line of scrimmage and trying to make Patriots bored of running the football 3 yards twice on the ground game. Just keep bringing that fight all night. It's only the first couple plays.
Dylan Streeter, the receiver near side, 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 7 right at the 50-yard line. The Kansas State commit at quarterback with the snap. Looks left, throws right. He was pressured. He gets it to a teammate at the 45, diving forward, and right at the line to gain. It was Riley Crandall. The sophomore looks like he's going to move the chains. He will on a pickup of 7 as he is tackled by Charlie Neal. Page gets right back on the football. 1st and 10, operating without a huddle as now they look over to the sideline for a play call.
I was just going to compliment Cruz on his ability to stand in the pocket. He saw the blitz coming the whole way. It came from the front side. He knew it was coming. Standing there, delivered a strike, picked up the first down. Good job by him. Hawks got to do a better job in coverage.
2.5 minutes into the game, opening drive of the ball game. 2 receivers to either side. Odie the back to the right of Cruz. Claps his hands, takes the snap, looks downfield, pumps, now checks it down at the 40. Dragging a tackler for a yard or 2 is Mac Lee, the senior wideout, stopped by Gabe Euler at the 38-yard line. Another nice pickup. It's a gain of 6. Make that 5, 2nd and 5. Page right back on the football. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. As the Hawks have a little trouble getting lined up. Snap. It's Cruz with a screen to the left. and not a lot of room to operate on the near side. Riley Crandall makes another grab, but after a short gain by Owen Tolbert, the junior backer has already made a couple tackles. That one at the 37-yard line. Got about a yard. It's 3rd and 4.
Really good job right there by Tolbert. Didn't get to call his name a lot last week, playing that outside backer role. Really good job at flying to the football. I think Neal was the one on the edge there that took up the block. Actually, it might have been Brady Coleman.
Another 3rd down here for the Page Patriots.
Got to get off the field. Key to the game.
With 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Riley Crandall, Dylan Streeter to the left, 2 receivers to the right on 3rd and 4. In the shotgun. High snap taken by Cruz. Looks left, throws. No, it's caught. It's Crandall again. 20, 15, 10, and King Wright trips him up at the 10-yard line. First down, Page on a big pitch and catch. He got me with the pump. I thought he was going to run for a moment and then fired it downfield for a big gain. 1st and goal for Page at the 8-yard line. Hawks trying to get subs into the game. All kind of mess going on, and there's a flag down on the field. Hawks might have had 15 guys out there. Or did Josh Crouch take a timeout?
It sounded like the whistle was blown. He was running up the sideline. He has it like it's a timeout.
Oh, one official has thrown a flag for being an offsides penalty. Josh Crouch saying, I called timeout. And now the official is trying to have Josh Crouch go back towards the sideline.
So they're not going to award him the timeout.
Does not get the timeout. It's an offsides penalty from the 8 down to the 4. 1st and goal, Page with 7 minutes, 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Efficient drive for the Pats to start. Cruz in the shotgun. Odie to his right. High snap, gets it down, gives to, that's the back, Odie. Tackled at the knees, tried to stretch it across the goal line, but he's down at the 1-yard line. Miles Harden saves it from it being a touchdown. 2nd and goal, inside the 1. Page right back on the football. Odie now to the left of Cruz. Snap, give, Odie, and he is into the end zone. That is a Page Patriot touchdown. And the Patriots strike first. They lead 6-0 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
Had him going. Had him deep 3rd down. It was about a 3rd and 5. And Cruz compliment the young man. He saw the all-out blitz coming. He checked to slants right before he goes on the outside. He checked to an inside slant. And really good job by Cradle beating his man. Got him all the way down. Then an offsides penalty makes it an easy 2 rushes for a first down.
Jonathan Baba, the senior, out for a point after. 49 of 52 on PATs in 2025. Snap put down. Baba's kick is up, and his kick is good. Page 7, Green Hill nothing. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first quarter here at Page High School.
Really good job right there by the Page Patriots. Now, the Hawks knew they wanted to go on defense. They knew they wanted the ball after half. I don't know if they wanted them to score that quickly or maybe score at all, but going to see how they respond after that opening drive in which it looked like the Patriots had no missteps.
Very efficient drive for the Patriots. 10 plays, taking 4 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. They march down the field 64 yards, and it's a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Isaac Odie, the junior back, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And Chase, we said it on the pregame coverage. You kind of got away with one last week after a slow start. You can just kind of sense the vibe on this side. If you get off to another slow start tonight, these people on the near side, not just the guys on the field, aren't going to let you claw back in like you did 7 days ago.
100%. They are going to sink their teeth in you. They're just getting started. Their student section hasn't even gotten turned up yet. It is a raucous environment here, and if you let them captivate the energy, they'll take full advantage of it.
Charlie Neal, Will Butler, and Xylon Beard with their heels on the goal line. If you joined us during the Chim Chimney pregame show, head coach Josh Crouch saying they don't expect to return many of them tonight, as Jonathan Baba has probably one of the biggest legs around. Last year had 57 touchbacks. A 7-yard approach. Baba boots this one deep. Neal will look at land 8 yards deep into the end zone, and Green Hill will start from their own 20-yard line. Mention a new configuration up front. No Denver Munoz tonight at left tackle. It'll be Colton Redmond sliding from left guard to left tackle. Mac Willis will get his first career start at left guard. Taylor Jackson the center. Dalton Good at right guard, and Braden Hughes at right tackle. Wide receivers, Will Butler, Xylon Beard, Nick Gabois. Ian Farley's the tight end. Zach Cartwright, the running back. and the quarterback, Seth Frankenfield, the 6'1", 165-pound sophomore, 7 of 17 for 119 yards and a touchdown last week at Beach. Wing T formation for Green Hill to begin the ball game. 5-man front for Page. Beard in motion. There's the snap. Handoff running left side. Xylon hit at the line and falls forward for a yard, maybe 2. Beard, last week, 9 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. After the short gain, he stopped by Olin Hapgood, the junior. It's 2nd and 9.
And those stats don't sound that good for Beard, only 2 yards on average. There was a 20-yard loss on a fumble, just a miscommunication between him and Frankenfield. They could have had even more, but as Christian said last week during the broadcast, who cares? We knew he was impactful. He scored 2 touchdowns, and every time the offense needed a spark, he was the one that got it. So looking to him tonight to be a big role.
Xylon going to get credit with 2 there. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22. Butler now in motion left to right. Frankenfield snap, handoff, and Zach Cartwright stuffed in the backfield. He loses a yard back to the 21-yard line. Gage Densmore, the junior defensive end, makes the stop. It's now 3rd and 9 as we near the midpoint of the first quarter. Page leads 7-0. I like what the scoreboard says, though. On our left, it says 0-0, but the one on the right says 7-0. How are you going to use one side of the field for the clock, and on the other side, you got to look for the score? Boy, this may be a long night for us.
This might be a long night, Christian. Luckily, we've got a window here, not a wall, so we can look out the side.
That is true. 3rd and 9. Green Hill last week not great on third downs. 2 of 8 against the Beach Buccaneer defense. They will spread it out on offense. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Frankenfield in the shotgun as 0 on the play clock, and head coach Josh Crouch senses it and will call for a timeout. As Zach White, the offensive coordinator in his 4th season, not pleased with his offense. He meets his guys out there really voicing his displeasure that they weren't operating with a sense of urgency.
Prone to do is Zach White, having shared a couple sidelines with him. It's, just one for the times to be. If you're not doing what he expects you to do, he will let you know because he has high expectations for you.
Should shout out head coach Josh Crouch. Got his 48th career win last week with the win over Beach. And with the result, he was named the Tennessee Football Coaches Association Head Coach of the Week from classifications 4A through 6A. Hawks made some noise with that performance last week, but going to have to try to make some noise here on 3rd and 9 with 5:46 left in the first as they trail the Page Patriots 7-0 on their first drive of the night. Offense back on the field after the timeout. Nick Gavois, Xylon Beard lining up to the right. Will Butler, the lone receiver to the left. Ian Farley, the senior, the tight end on the left side. It's 3rd and 9. Frankenfield in the shotgun, play action, screen left side, got Butler. Will, 25, Butler will fall forward, and he crosses the 30. That is a Wilson Bank and Trust first down, needing 9. The senior Marshall commit picks up 10.
That's a Will Butler first down. He had to shed 1 tackle at the catch, and then he had to fight through 2 tacklers just to get the extra 2 yards he needed for that first down.
10th career reception for Will Butler, 10 grabs for 175 yards for a guy that only started playing offense late last year, but as we heard Josh Crouch describe last week, he's going to play everything for Green Hill as long as he can be on the field. Butler stays out there as a wing to the left. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Snap, Frankenfield, hands off Cartwright. Zach going to get back to the line and maybe a half yard. Tried to bounce it off left tackle and not a lot going on there as Gage Densmore makes another stop. Zach gets a yard, 2nd and 9. With under 5 to play in the first quarter, Green Hill trails 7-0.
And that right now, Page is dominating that A gap the whole way. It's gonna take some effort from the center guard trio to uproot some Page defenders and get this offensive line moving. Because right now, Zach has nowhere to go from A to B gap.
Cartwright needing just 21 yards entering tonight to reach 2,000 in his Green Hill career. On 2nd and 9, snap, handoff, Butler in motion running left to right. He's caught high and slung down awkwardly by Porter Whitehead. The senior linebacker got him up around the shoulder pads, but not on that horse collar. It's a legal stop, -1 on the run. It's another long 3rd down, now 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and you got to come back with another great play call. The jailbreak got him the first time, and you're doing what you want. You've already wasted 3 minutes off the clock. You've ran right at 5 plays, and so you're looking to continue the drive, but I don't know if you're going to be able to hold up the front right now to drop back and pass it.
Hawks get to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds on the play clock. Still on the wing tee. Frankenfield under center, play action, rolling left, pressured, throws downfield, looking for Hudson Garrett. Ball going to be intercepted. High pointed by Allen Hapgood. The junior had good coverage on Hudson Garrett. Frankenfield tried to give him a shot. Hold on just a second. There is a marker behind the play.
I think this may be roughing the passer. They were gunning for him.
The white hat looks downfield. It is a hold against Green Hill. It'll be declined by Page. And it'll be Page Patriot football from their own 41-yard line with 3:42 to play in the first quarter. And the Patriots already up 7-0.
And nice arm on the kid. Would have loved to have seen him look outside. Will Butler had a step on his guy. He had the sideline free. You could lay that one out there for him. He was under quick duress in the pocket, and so I understand having to get rid of it quick, but that's a hard one to put up there.
A little bit of an arm punt there, too, for Frankenfield on third long. That's just kind of going to show you got to stay out of those situations tonight, knowing you got to press it down the field.
Exactly right, Christian.
1st and 10. Patriots up by 7. Have the football from their own 41. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Cruz claps his hands, takes the snap. 3-step drop, pumps, looks, rolls right now. He's a downfield man all alone. Caught at the 35 to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Page Patriots. It's a 59-yard receiving touchdown for Riley Crandall. He had the big grab on the last drive. He didn't get in the end zone. He gets in there, and Page leads 13-0.
I think he got the whole team on the pump fake right there. He got me. I had my binoculars going left to right. He almost dropped the football, able to hold on to it. Took off to the sideline immediately, and Crandall, been his man all night for some reason, finds him again, and he connects on the backyard play for an easy, almost 60-yard touchdown.
Baba out for point after. Snap put down. Kick is up, and his kick is good. 14 for Page, nothing for Green Hill. 8.5 minutes into the ball game, and we've seen it in two different varieties for the Patriots on offense. First drive took off nearly 5 minutes on the clock on a 10-play drive. Second time they touch it, they need just one play, 12 seconds, and it is a 59-yard receiving touchdown for Riley Crandall. And Page leads 14-0 over Green Hill.
Went on a full drive and then just took the top off. It is multifaceted here in Williamson County. You don't really, 5 state championships in a row isn't one class being better than everybody else. It is just consistency at the program level.
And Brady, we talked about it early on in our broadcast saying for Green Hill, you can't get off to the same start that you had last night. Here we are, or I should say last week. And Brady, here we are kind of in a similar spot that they were in Chaco Island.
Yeah, fellas, certainly some frustration on the sideline, and you can take that all the way back to where they thought they were getting a timeout there on that defensive possession before the first score. And since then, the sideline just kind of flustered trying to get it together. Obviously, that interception and then a one-play score doesn't help either. Conversations on the sideline already, you're just like, hey, flip the script, turn the page. We've just been in this spot. Got to get right back after it.
Going to assume this drive is going to start at the 20. That's because one Jonathan Baba is out for
Safe
the
assumption.
kickoff. That one might be even further than the first one. It sails, we'll say maybe 9 yards that time, but it's still the same result. It's a touchback, and Green Hill will have it from their own 20. What about Jonathan Baba, Region 5 5A Kicker of the Year? He had a 35 on his ACT.
Yeah, when you get to cut out of practice after an hour, you're going to go home, play some video games, get really good at school.
Yeah, hit the books. And you're not getting hit as a kicker.
Correct.
Best of both
You're
worlds.
definitely not getting hit when you don't ever have to worry about the ball being in play.
That is very true. 1st and 10, Green Hill from their own 20, down 14-0 with 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Green Hill to begin this drive. Seth Frankenfield coming off his first career varsity pick. On 1st and 10, snap Frankenfield, hands off Cartwright, jukes to his left, and just dives down to the turf, getting what he can. He has a yard to the 21. Tackle by Liam Perry, the defensive back. 2nd and 9, is just not a lot of room to run early on for these Green Hill ball carriers.
And the Patriots aren't really showing Frankenfield any love right now. They're leaving 5 to 7 in the box, all within about 5 to 8 yards of the last man on the line of scrimmage. And they're selling out for the run right now. They're going to make the young sophomore quarterback beat them.
Back into the wing tee.
Here they go again.
Farley behind Frankenfield in the backfield. On 2nd and 9, Seth snap, turns around, hands Xylon Beard running left, running backwards, and he's tackled for a loss. Progress stopped at the 19, -3. Second, make that 3rd and long here for Green Hill. That was 2nd and 9. And they will say it's only a loss of 2, so call it 3rd and 11. As the marker on the far side trying to be generous right now. It shows 2nd down. I would like that a lot more. But it is 3rd and 11 as the official says, hey, man, you got to change it to 3. And it is indeed 3rd and long.
And that was a really good tackle by Happ. Good on the edge out there. Beard had him one-on-one. We saw it several times last week. Beard able to make the play. Couldn't make it right there, and Hapgood turns it into a loss.
On 3rd and 11, snap to Frankenfield. 5-step drop, being pressured, throws it deep downfield. Has got Watnick, catches it at the 50, 45 and down with a Wilson Bacon Trust first down. Tackled from behind by Dylan Streeter, but the sophomore Frankenfield takes the pressure, delivers downfield, and it's 1st and 10, Green Hill.
And what a job right there. They're rushing 5 every time. They're making it one-on-one for each offensive lineman. What a job by Frankenfield, knowing he's going to be under pressure, finding Gadbois wide open up the seam in man-to-man coverage. What a throw, what a catch, and a big 3rd down conversion for the Hawks.
40-yard reception for the senior Nick Gadbois. He had 2 grabs for 12 yards last week and moves the chains in a big way. 1st and 10 from the page 41. 2 receivers to the right, back in the wing tee. Snap Frankenfield, Cartwright in a little traffic, but got a positive run here. Scampers his way up to the 38-yard line. One of the better runs early on for Zach Cartwright. He's got 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down with about a minute left in the first quarter. Page leads Green Hill 14-0.
Coach Zach White coming out and just trying everything he can, and then really trusting his players to be able to understand and manage all of these switches, all of these adjustments, all of these play calls that could be flying in at any moment. It shows a lot of trust that he has in his young quarterback and the rest of the staff.
Hawks get on the football with 10 seconds on the play clock. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Frankenfield under center with the snap, turns, hands off Cartwright. Not room that time. And right into a Patriot waiting on him at the line of scrimmage. No gain back to the 38. Gage Dinsmore, the one to greet him.
As the clock stopped.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was going to say the clock should have been running. It was stopped before that snap on 2nd down. Already second time tonight they've had to stop it. Mentioning it's kind of an awkward situation. They've got the traditional scoreboard down to our right in the south end zone. That scoreboard has the score on it. And then if we look to our left from the Science Central broadcast booth, the clock is being kept on the Jumbotron, but there's no score on that device.
Do you think, how many times does a white hat give the press box to fix the clock before he's like, all right, I'm keeping it on the field? Is it 2? Or do you think it's up to their discretion?
I think it's more than 2.
Okay.
Why would you put more work on yourself than you have to?
Fair enough.
But then it's the balance of how much longer do I want to be here tonight?
Correct.
Had one on the kickoff. It was an easy fix, but now multiple officials on the near side talking with head coach Charles Rathbone, the 2025 Tennessee Titans High School Football Coach of the Year. The Titans in attendance tonight. This is the Tennessee Titans game of the week here in the Mid-State. 3rd and 7, Green Hill, as they tried to run the clock. They gave them the ready for play, and it still shows 53 seconds. The Hawks and the Patriots meeting for a 3rd time all-time. First 2 matchups were in the postseason. Page won 31-14 in 2021 in the 5A quarterfinals at Green Hill. And then in 2022, our first ever trip here to Page, it was a 48-21 win for the Patriots in the first round of the Class 5A playoffs. They met last year for the first time in the regular season, a 44-21 win for Page at Green Hill High School, where we finally will get to go next Friday night when the Hawks host the Ravenwood Raptors.
And just like that, half of our road games are done after tonight.
That's exactly right. After
That's
tonight,
so crazy.
Green Hill will play 6 of their final 8 games at home. And then the 2 road games really aren't that bad at all either. Lebanon in October and Gallatin in September. So if you're a Green Hill football fan, not a lot of reasons you can't join us in person, especially if you live in Wilson County and Mount Juliet. But
and then who doesn't want to go to the Wave Yard? Like, who doesn't want to go to that? So, come on. The 8 games, 7 for 8 is acceptable.
After the delay, They've got the clock running now, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd and 7, Green Hill at the page 38. Frankenfield back to pass, pressured, climbing the pocket, got away from one Patriot, but not going to get away from the second. Sacked by Talon Cisneros, the junior linebacker, stayed with it, sacks the sophomore on what may be the final play of the first quarter.
That pocket was concaved. He turned around after the fake, and he had to duck through so much traffic right there. Oh, my goodness. It is hard to succeed a quarterback under that much pressure.
Punt team's out there. They don't have to kick it to end the quarter. As the Hawks look over to the far sideline, 5 seconds left in the first quarter. There's the snap to Courtright. He has it. The left-footed punter gets it into the air. End over end kick, bounces at the 21. Takes a Green Hill, make that a Page bounce backwards, and then Isaac Hewitts will down it on the final play of the first quarter as the Patriots will get the football for the 3rd time tonight when we start the second from their own 23. 12 minutes in the books, 14 for Page, nothing for Green Hill. You're listening to Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network. As a lifelong resident of Mount Juliet and with his children graduating from Green Hill High School, you could say Yancey Belcher is pretty familiar with this community. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients within the community and throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they are ready to help you with your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out the website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher is a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network.
This is Senior Will Butler, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Back inside the Science Central broadcast booth in Williamson County, Tennessee. Page 14, Green Hill nothing. Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens in the booth. Brady Ray down on the sideline. Brady got a little life out of the offense there, but now this defense got to find a way to get a stop. 2 scoring drives on 2 possessions for the Page Patriots in the first quarter.
Yeah, Christian, a couple positive plays there for the offense so they can start finding some sort of rhythm, but not so far being able to sustain a drive yet. Now it's back onto your defense as you start the second quarter, and this defense desperately needs a stop, and that was the communication here on the sideline before going out back to the field. This is a drive like we had last week. We got down 13-0. We turn a new quarter. Now's our opportunity to really kind of figure it out, get a stop, and get the offense back on the field.
Chase defended them decently, I guess you could say. First time you at least made Page drive it down the field. Last time the Patriots had it, just a big bust in the secondary.
Yeah, and I'm not always 100% sure which one would you rather have. I think as a defense, giving up one play touchdown is like, okay, we can correct that. When you let somebody just kind of drive on you, that does kind of kill your spirit a little bit. Now, you're down 14-0. Last week it was 13-0. Can your defense come out and respond? 0 points in second, third, and fourth quarters this season. See how long that streak continues.
Page on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 23, ball in the right hash. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Odie in the pistol set behind Cameron Cruz. There's the snap, pitch left side. Odie 25-30, marker down as he's tackled at the line to gain. It would be a Page Patriot first down as Brady Coleman makes the tackle. I don't think this is going to count as there is a marker down on the far side.
I think Ryder Casillas kind of held on a little bit longer than he should have.
Holding on the offense. Going to back it up 10. It'll still be first down for Page. White had already signaled first down. He was ready to get this thing moving, knowing how quickly Page had worked on offense earlier tonight.
Yep. And this is a big penalty because it happened in the backfield. Well, maybe. We'll see.
They are going to mark it off from the 23, so the ball should be spotted at the 13. It is going to be 1st and 20, Page from their own 13. Feels like this defense got to take advantage of that gift.
100% right, Christian. 100%. We'll see how they do it. We'll see if they get aggressive. I love being aggressive after a big penalty, maybe stack them back a little bit more, but you're trying to keep everything in front of you, and you don't want them to bust you.
1st and 20, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. On 1st and long, they'll run Odie between the tackles, big hole, 20, 25, and stop shy of the 30. Brady Coleman gets credit with that tackle, but Odie picks up the penalty yardage and some up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 2nd down.
Biggest run of the night for Odie right there. It doesn't even pick him up a first down.
2nd and 4. Patriots right back on the football. What about Davion Moore out there at cornerback, the Green Hill basketball player, playing football for the first time, lined up as the cornerback on the left side. 2nd and 4 in the shotgun. Cruz, snap, hands off, Odie, past the first line of defense to the 30, to the 35, and finally stopped at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a first down for the Page Patriots. Cale Franklin Loudermilk makes the stop.
Make it first and, what would you say it was, 17?
It was 1st and 20.
1st and 20. Picks it up, and then some in 2 plays.
Now 1st and 10 from their own 37, leading by 14. They'll run Odie again between the tackles. A lot more white jerseys around the football this time. Odie limited to just 3 yards. Progress stopped at the 40-yard line. Several Hawks in there to combine on the stop. Looked like Miles Harden, one of the last guys to get in on the fun. 2nd and 7. 10-15 left in the first half. Page 14, Green Hill nothing.
Green Hill getting the ball after the half, so crucial to stopping them and then potentially scoring on your next drive. But like in basketball, it goes stop, board, basket. You got to get the stop first.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end lined up left side. Different back in the backfield on this play. Joe Guerra, the junior, to the left of Cruz. 2nd and 7. Snap, quarterback rolling left, sets his feet, lofts it downfield. Got a man on the left sideline. It is a juggling catch inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 11-yard line. King Wright pushes him out of bounds, but really good concentration by Mac Lee, the senior, bobbling, holding on, and completing a 49-yard reception. Patriots right back on the football. 1st and 10 from the 11, as they'll now slow it down and look back to the sideline for a new play call.
It's just been Lee and Cradle tonight. That's all it is. He's just finding his 2 favorite guys. That was a dot that he threw.
As the white hat going to blow it dead again. This clock is wrong again. It's really the only thing that's gone wrong for the Patriots tonight.
Is the clock, which they'll take it when they can score like this and stop like this.
9:06, 9:05, 9:04. They're trying to stop it now. They can, as Charles Rathbone throws his hands in the air. Everything so well fine-tuned for this program, and unfortunately tonight the only thing they can't tune is the clock. That's the one thing, that's always the hesitation I have with some of these video boards and the new technology with it, is it feels like more often than not, there's always something that goes on with it. I remember walking into a game here at Williamson County at Independence High School for a Class 4A sectional basketball game, and an hour before tip-off, the clock didn't work. I was like, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, no, usually. And you would, because in little ball, like in kiddie ball, the ref does keep the clock on the field, but when you've got this many this many fans, this many players, this much attention, it's kind of a hard task to ask them to do continuously.
Well, the frustrating part about it, too, is when you look down to our right and there's a scoreboard that has power and has the score on it.
It looks like it works perfectly fine to me.
I don't want to assume anything, but you would get the vibe that it would maybe work.
Now we need to go back and listen to our 2022 broadcast when we were here. Would that be 2022?
That would have been November of 2022. That is
so we
exactly
need to know.
Right.
And with that, the scoreboard that has all the LED and stuff on it was being built when we came here the last time. And so we have to go back and listen and see if we complained about that clock not working as well.
Well, if anything right now for Green Hill, they may not mind the clock problems because at least gives them a time to regroup and try to figure some things out. Page leading 14-0 with 9:27 left in the first half. And they're knocking on the door again. 1st and 10 at the Green Hill 11-yard line.
Free timeout, as it were, for the Green Hill Hawks.
Odie back out there. Running back had 204 yards and a touchdown last week here at home against Giles County. Last year as a sophomore, 780 rushing yards, averaged 8.5 yards a carry, had 13 rushing touchdowns. Already with a rushing touchdown tonight. Gave the Patriots their first score of the night on a 1-yard touchdown with 7:20 left in the first quarter. Second score for the Pats was on a big play, a 59-yard receiving touchdown for Riley Crandall. We said it in the pregame, Chase. It's an offense that can hurt you both ways, on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, you mentioned Odie went for over 200 yards last week. That's already a fourth of what he amassed as a sophomore. He's already got 22 rushing touchdowns in his high school career. I mean, the sky's the limit for a running back like him.
Chase, we got good news. The clock to our right that had been keeping the score is now showing the actual game clock with 9:27.
Well, fellas.
Go ahead, Brady.
An update for you on that. They've sent the play clock operator official into the press box, and it took a while because he had to find his way through the maze that is the student section. He's now alongside you there in the press box.
Welcome in. 1st and 10. Page at the Green Hill 11. Ball on the left hash. Cruz motions the receiver left to right. Snap, rolling right. Throws it in the flat. Caught at the 10. Foot race to the 5 and tripped up. Nice tackle by King Wright. Gets the shoe tops of Mac Lee to save another touchdown. It's a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. 9:15 left in the first half. Page leading by 14. 5 yards away from trying to add more to the scoreboard to our right, not the one to the left.
That's a really good play design right there from the Page Patriots. Just a jet across, make it a flat concept, hit it quick, and try to score.
Page can get a first down at the 1. Odie to the left of the Kansas State quarterback commit. On 2nd and 4, snap, Odie, handoff, running off right tackle, drags the Hawk to the 4, and just a yard on that run. Holding on for dear life was Matthew Verone, the 5'10 junior defensive lineman. Limits the run to 1. It is now 3rd and 3.
Also getting in on that was Charlie Neal, and he was phenomenal last week in run fitting. Almost caught Will Butler in tackles last week. Just fell a couple short, but he was flying all over the field. He even had a punch out on the punt return of Laster, and so just a huge game for him. Let's see if he can show up right here.
3rd and 3. Page leads by 14. They've got the ball at the Green Hill 4-yard line. Cruz looks back with 5 seconds on the play clock. Looks around, takes the snap, play action, heaves into the air towards the back pylon. Ball caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Page Patriots. A beauty of a pass as Dylan Streeter, the junior transfer from CPA, catches the football, and the Page Patriots now up 20-0.
There is no, they've said it for years, there's no defense for the perfect throw, and that's what that was. That is a guy who's going to play on Saturdays, playing like he's already there. Wow. I mean, that takes your breath away, throws like that.
Baba for point after. He's already made 2, and he has now made 3. 21-0. Page leads with 8:06 to play in the first half. As the defending Class 5A state champions kind of picking up where they left off, a team that's won 15 games in a row, went a perfect 14-0 last year. Their last loss was in the 2024 Class 5A state championship. And remind you, a team that just traditionally hadn't done a lot of losing, hasn't lost a regular season game since August 25th, 2023. That is exactly 1,100 days from today.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating to hear stats like that, just because winning shouldn't come that easy to anybody. And let me rephrase that. It's probably not that easy to win that many games, but it is a tough thing to do, and you've got to give compliments where they're due. But when you're on the other sideline coming in trying to knock them off, I don't want to hear that stuff, you know?
3 minutes, 54 seconds off the clock. Page started that drive with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. They end up going what was going to be 77 yards, but after a holding penalty to start the drive, they go 87 yards in 7 plays. And on 3rd and 3, a 4-yard receiving touchdown for Dylan Streeter, his 3rd touchdown grab of the season. And Page leads Green Hill 21-0.
I don't know how easy the first 2 were, but that one was pretty simple. Just look up and throw your hands up. He'll put it there.
Baba's kickoff going to land on the top of the tee, and Patriots in the end zone. 3rd kickoff, 3rd touchback, and this Green Hill offense is going to go back out onto the field. Down 3 scores. We'll see if that 3rd drive like they had happen last Friday is the one that kind of sparks them, but I think a little bit of a more difficult challenge this time around against a very talented Page defense.
And one that is very committed to their game plan, which is not allowing Green Hill to get the ground game going and sending pressure on obvious passing downs.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, Cartwright to the right of Seth Frankenfield. 1st and 10 from their own 20, down by 21. Snap, quarterback throws right side and has Gabois turning to his right, and Nick is leveled on the far side of the field at the 23-yard line. It's a 3-yard gain as Flynn Steele Looked like a steel rod knocking down the senior wideout. 2nd and 7.
And that's why you don't retreat when you catch it. You've got to get upfield immediately. All you're allowing the defense to do is build up momentum and deliver a shot like that one was right there.
Clock running, 7 minutes, 40 seconds left in the half. Green Hill 0-3 all-time against Page.
Good adjustment right there by the offense. That Page is backing it off and putting 7 in the box. They'll live with the short stuff, come up, make a tackle.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Frankenfield takes the snap. Play fake, throws across the middle behind Xylon Beard. Incomplete. If he puts it on him, the track star has it one-on-one on a way to the end zone.
You're 100% right, Christian, but I think that one's more on Xylon right there. He's got to get his eyes up earlier. He is free off of the line. Frankenfield recognizes that, tries to put him on quick. There's a safety sitting in the middle. If he hits him kind of higher on the seam, he can get to the sideline and get out of there. If he leads him across the field, it leads into a chance of being hit. I'd love to see Xylon get his eyes up just a half second earlier, straighten his route out, and get going.
3rd and 7 with 7:21 left in the second quarter. Tight formation, 2 receivers to either side on 3rd down. Snap, they'll screen it to Cartwright. Zach unable to haul it in. Hit him in the hands, just could not hold on. Might have heard some footsteps coming upfield as Ryder Casillas, the senior, was in the area to make a stop.
Yeah, he knew it wasn't enough to make the catch. He knew that he couldn't just make the catch, get 2 yards, and fight through contact and fall down for a first. He had to get the catch, make a move, and get going. And Casillas came up nice and easy, set himself, and let Zach Cartwright know if he did catch the football, it wasn't going to be pretty.
Snap gets past Tristan Cartwright, trying to pick it up. He bobbles the football. It is picked up by the Patriots and into the end zone. Touchdown, Page, recovered by Gage Densmore. The man's made all kind of plays defensively. He makes one on special teams, and Page adds on now 27-0 with 7:08 left in the half.
When it rains, it pours.
Wasn't a bad snap by Brayton Hughes, just a ball that was mishandled by Cartwright. And Giff wraps a touchdown for Page. It's a recovery by Gage Densmore, a 0-yard touchdown as they recovered the loose snap right on the goal line. Baba, 4th time, his extra point. And you got it. 28-0 Page, leading Green Hill, 7:08 left in the second quarter. Now, Chase, we said, this Page team, pretty talented bunch. You don't have to really help or assist them to put points on the board, but you did just that right there.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball on the ground, it usually leads to bad things, and bad things lead to worse things. That one was 6 for the Page Patriots right there, and now you've got to come. I mean, it is, and you don't say insurmountable. It is a very astonishing hole that you have dug yourself in part, and then in part give credit to a team that is consistently playing in December. So they're good. You're good. You're not trying to let them do it. Sometimes they're just good enough to do it.
Pretty unique when you've played 5 years in a row into the month of December.
Coach Eric always said something really cool when we were in high school, just talking about, like, it is a special bond that you make when you eat Thanksgiving, lunch, dinner, whatever that meal is called, with your football team. And, like, that is something super cool.
Well, the expectation for this program is don't make plans to go anywhere for Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Because they plan on being here on Black Friday. With 7 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first half, Baba, boy, he's pretty consistent. Hit it right off the tee again, another touchback. And the Hawks will have to start from their own 20 once again.
Something else that kind of having a kicker like that does is it takes another touch off of Will Butler's, kind of call list. I mean, if you can scheme him up touches in the return game, he can make a play happen, and right now they're not letting it happen.
Chase, we don't have heights and weights for the Page Patriots, but Jonathan Baba's not your normal build for a kicker. He looks like he could start at outside linebacker.
No, 100%. He just kind of coming over, celebrating with his coaches. Almost looked like he took him for a ride.
1st and 10, Hawks down by 28. They have the football from their own 20. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun, Frankenfield takes the snap, 4-man rush, rolling right in trouble. Seth trying to get out of there. Ball is on the ground, fumbled on the sideline. It's going to get out of bounds as he was sacked on the play from behind by Liam Perry. And the ball trickles out of bounds. Could have potentially been another turnover. It went out of bounds at the 11-yard line. It's a loss of, they've backed it up even more. Back to the 8-yard line. It's minus 12 on the sack. It is 2nd and 22 from the Green Hill 8-yard line.
The Hawks just have nothing going on the ground, and then when they try to go to the air, Frankenfield is just under so much pressure right now.
Hawks break the huddle, get to the line, 2nd and 22. Wing T formation. On 2nd and long, Frankenfield fakes one give, gives right side, Cartwright 10. Zach bounces out and tripped up at the 15-yard line. Gains 7, brings up 3rd and 15 on one of the better rushing plays of the night in the first half.
The biggest one. And that's the difference, is that the Page Patriots, when you get to that second level, are making those one-on-one tackles. And last week, Zach Cartwright was making people miss picking up first downs. This week, he's getting to the second level and getting met.
3rd and 15. Halfway through the second quarter, 28-0. Page leads Green Hill. Butler, Beard to the left, Gabwa to the right. On 3rd and long. Snap to Frankenfield. Here comes 6 Patriots after him. Rolling left, buying time.
They tackle each other.
Got time, sets his feet, throws it deep downfield looking for Butler. Will goes up. It is an incomplete pass as it was broken up by Liam Strother. There is a marker down on the near side. Nice evading act by Frankenfield to get out of the pocket and buy some time.
I think it's going to be an ineligible man downfield, maybe. That's what it looked like he signaled, but I'm not 100% sure.
If it is, Chase, I think that's a call we've never seen in a high school game, almost ever.
That's fair.
And you're exactly right. It's ineligible man downfield. Going to be declined by Page. It's 3rd and 15. Make that 4th and 15 after the incompletion. It happens a ton, and you see it a lot in upper levels of football in college and high school. You almost never see it called at this level.
Especially because with the way the RPO offense has just kind of revolutionized high school football. You're absolutely right, Chris. Usually you get as much grace as you want.
See if the Hawks can handle business here on this punt. Good snap. Courtright has it. Tristan gets it away. It's a end-over-end kick, bounces at the 40, 45, 50, rolls on the turf, and Page going to dive on it at the 46-yard line. Kind of a dangerous play by John Ryder, but the sophomore maybe saves a couple yards as Page will have it from their own 46, up by 28 with 5:36 left before halftime.
They might trot the starters out there for the rest of the first half. As Cruz comes back out there.
44-yard punt by Tristan Courtright.
Only his 3rd punt, but season long for him.
That was bad math. 39, excuse me.
Still season long.
Still pretty
still
good.
Season long.
1st and 10. Page up by 28 from their own 46. They've scored every time they touched it tonight. Snap, Cruz rolling out of the pocket immediately, chased by Gabe Euler, going towards the sideline, and the senior going to get out of bounds. Might have lost some yards. I think Gabe Euler going to get credit with a sack there. Down at the 44, Cruz could have just chucked it out of bounds, and that is going to be a sack by Gabe Euler as he chases the Kansas State commit out of bounds for a loss of 2.
Heck yeah.
And with that play, Gabe Euler ties Omeza Danyon for 4th all-time in sacks by a Green Hill Hawk.
Heck yeah. Way to go, Gabe. My player to watch if anybody remembers.
2nd and 12. They'll run Odie off left tackle, 45 to midfield, gets out of a tackle. He's not going to get away from Will Butler. The Marshall commit wraps him up and stops him at the 49-yard line at the Green Hill 49. Going to gain 7 yards, brings up 3rd and 5. For Page with 5:10 left until halftime. Patriots with a score here going to put Green Hill in a tight spot. It would be a running clock in the second half if Page leads by 30 or more.
And what I'm kind of really impressed with right now from the Page Patriots, their offensive line is just not slowed down. Since that first drive, Odie continues to get 3 to 4 yards before contact every play.
On 3rd and 5 from the Green Hill 49. Another give.
There we go.
Odie, and he is bottled up. Gabe Euler, Evan Buckner, both Johnny on the spot to make the stop. Mention the Patriots had scored it every time they touched it. They did not score here. They go 3 and out. And Jonathan Baba will come out for the first time tonight, not to kick an extra point, not to kick it off. He'll punt.
We'll see how special the specialist is as he looks to try to pin the Hawks inside the 10.
Will Butler stands inside the 10 with 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Page 28, Green Hill nothing. Snap to Baba, hit him right in the numbers, gets away this wobbly spiral, angling towards the right side. It's going to bounce at the 15 to the 10. Butler going to pick it up, runs left. 15, 20, Butler 25, runs over a Patriot at the 30 and tackled at the 33-yard line. Making the tackle, but getting the worst of it was Nolan Ballou. The senior had to hold on to the waist of Will Butler after a 27-yard punt return, and probably one of the better plays of the night for the guys in green and white.
And you never know what it takes to get a team going. Will saw that kind of the Patriots were kind of giving up on the punt. He took it off the bounce and made a little bit of a highlight reel play for himself. How can you take this final 3:52, milk some clock, and put some points on the board before you get the ball back in the second half?
And Chase, it looked like Page, some of the players down near the goal line had already started to backpedal, thinking about downing the football.
Yep.
And Will saw the back of some jerseys, ran upfield, caught it, and got upfield for a 27-yard return. 1st and 10, Green Hill from their own 33, down by 28. Under center, Frankenfield, snap, rolls right, has a man in the flat, caught Farley, 40, 45, and upended with a Wilson Bank and Trust first down as the senior tight end has his second career grab. His last one happened here in Williamson County last year at Ravenwood. 1st and 10, Green Hill at their own 45.
Really great play. Run the rocket toss away from it to the wide side of the field. Then you come back with the boot and let him run the flat. Whole defense is shifting the other way. Quick, easy completion, picking up a good 12 yards right there.
His grab last year was for 12 yards. Got 12 yards there. 1st and 10, Green Hill. Frankenfield under center, fakes again, looks to throw. Hit as he throws. Ball deflected, ball intercepted. On a diving grab at the line of scrimmage, Liam Perry on the tip drill, able to find the football, hold on to it, in the second INT of the night for the Page defense.
You hate those. You hate those ones. Those are quarterback did nothing wrong. He's standing in the pocket. He takes an absolute shot, probably his 5th of the night. The ball comes free, and I think if it hits the ground, they're going to give it an incompletion, and unfortunately the defensive linemen are better athletes than we give them credit for. Ball never hit the ground.
Cisneros was the one that popped Frankenfield. He took care of the football last week, but 2 INTs tonight, but Chase, kind of hard to take care of the football when you're under so much duress.
2 INTs and a fumble that luckily went out of bounds. I mean, he is just, as you said, Christian, under duress right now. Cannot get a moment to breathe.
3 minutes, 16 seconds left in the half. Hawks looked like they had something going offensively, but the turnover gives Page the football at their, should say the Green Hill 47, but not for long. The Patriots take a delay of game coming out of the huddle and off the sideline. Rare miscue for the Patriots.
I think that's the first flag besides I think they had a holding on the second drive or third drive that they had. Other than that, been pretty clean football for the Patriots.
Now,
Hawks have remained pretty clean for most of the night.
Now 1st and 15, King Wright having to run from left side to right, trying to get lined up in time. 1st and 15, Page at their own 48. Snap, Cruz being pressured, rolls out of the pocket to the right, sets his feet, lost it downfield, looking for a man coming back to the football. It's incomplete. And now here's a late flag.
Oh, my goodness.
A late flag as it looked like Dylan Streeter had just fallen down on the turf. Had no shot at all getting to the football, and I think they're going to call a penalty here on Green Hill. Josh Crouch, hands in the air, cannot believe it.
He had completely lost the ball. He just fell on his own, as did King Wright, almost trying to track him.
We wait on the signal. They are going to wave it in the air. And it's going to be 2nd and 15. Pretty good job there by a couple other officials to come in and say, hey, I'm not so sure, as they do the right thing and wave off the flag. Now Charles Rathbone saying, hey, you threw it. What happened there?
That's the first incompletion of the night for Cam Cruz.
2nd and 15, stops the clock with 3:07 left in the second quarter. 28 for Page, nothing for Green Hill. Patriots have not lost at home since 2022. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. After the first incompletion of the night, the Kansas State quarterback commit with the snap. Hands off, Odie runs off left tackle 50, cuts back to the original line of scrimmage, and he stopped after a 5-yard run. 3rd and 10. tackled at the Green Hill 47-yard line by Charlie Neal.
Good tackling tonight from the Hawks. Not many times have they busted free and gotten through some arm tackles tonight.
And you got to tackle these Page Patriots. They are not light-footed, that's for sure. They will run over you, through you, and by you.
Seeing Dalton Good come on the field, play a little bit of nose guard like he did last week, was actually pretty solid in the defensive line rotation.
Trips to the right, Street to the receiver to the left on 3rd and 10 from the Green Hill 47. Empty backfield, snap. Cruz under pressure, rolls left, takes and runs to the 45 to the 40, lowers his head, out of bounds. Would have a first down, it looks like, but there is a marker back behind the line. Going to be a hold here on the Patriots. We'll say this, too. He did not have the first down. It was a yard shy as he's out of bounds at the 38. I guess decision here for Coach Josh Crouch, but I don't think it's much of a decision at all. 4th and 1, you would think Page goes for it. And he is going to back him up and make it 3rd and 20.
Only 3 plays tonight for the Patriots have gone over 20 yards, so you're hoping that the Hawks can get off the field here and force another punt.
Well, Cameron Cruz just showed a little speed right there on the left edge. Listening to Coach Rathbone on the radio last Friday night saying he wasn't completely healthy last year and he didn't get to run as much as he would like to. Still had 376 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns as a junior in 2025. It is now 3rd and 20. Holding call brings the football to the Page 43-yard line. Snap will screen it right side. Odie out of the backfield. Looked like a block in the back to the 45 to the 50. On the sideline, Odie wrestled down by Brady Coleman. Gets the penalty yardage back and a yard or two more to the Green Hill 45. It is 4th and 8 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. As Charles Rathbone looks along the sideline and going to call upon the punt team to go back out on the field. Back-to-back stops by this Green Hill defense.
Been a good job for the most part. Besides the one big play, it hasn't been terrible. It's been good tackling. It's been right assignment. Just Page Patriots have an ability to continue to stack drives together.
Butler inside the 10. Had a 27-yard punt return his first time out. Snap, Baba. This is a high spiral. Butler calls for the fair catch. Ball is on the turf, but Butler able to pick it back up. Page is all around him holding on to it, and they got to blow it dead because he called for the fair catch. Well, that was near danger for Green Hill, but the senior able to recover at the 13. It'll be 1st and 10, Green Hill with 1:54 left before halftime. And at halftime, don't go anywhere. We will have the Hawk Halftime Report presented by Chase Baker of Mountain Juliet Farm Bureau. Scores around Region 4 6A, first half stats, and more. Make sure you stay tuned here on the Green Hill Sports Network, now streaming on YouTube. Don't worry, if you haven't seen anything for our first 2 Green Hill broadcasts for football season, you're right. It's just been a still image. We will have a video broadcast at home next Friday night. 1st and 10 from their own 13, down by 28. In the shotgun, Frankenfield takes a snap, hands off Cartwright. Zach past the 15, being pushed forward to the 16, to the 17, and his progress stopped there. Down at this point, Chase, you're thinking, we got to start moving the football, throwing it down the field. Coach Zach White and this offense knows they've got to establish something in that ground game.
Yeah, 100%, Christian. Something that was really good last week, I thought, was the up-front blocking, the edge blocking. We haven't seen them go to those jet sweeps other than the first drive. And, I wonder if maybe he's going to come back to those in the second half, but they're really trying to pound it in between the tackles against the Patriots.
Did have a timeout there by Charles Rathbone as he wanted to stop the clock and potentially get his team the ball back before halftime. After that 4-yard run by Zach Cartwright, 99 seconds left in the second quarter. 28 for Page, nothing for Green Hill. Zach Cartwright just a few yards shy of 2,000 career rushing yards as a Green Hill Hawk. He's only trailing 2 other Green Hill rushers. Any guesses real quick, Chase, on who this may be? That's one.
Nico Duffy?
Nope, you're missing the all-time leading rusher.
Cannon Burrows.
That's it. Cannon Burrows and Brax Lamberth. Zach entered the year about 400 yards shy of claiming the all-time spot. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun, Frankenfield with the snap. Throws quick left side, has Butler at the 20. Will slung down out of bounds. He'll be spotted at the 23-yard line. Might have his first down. He was wrapped up and tackled by Casillas. Let's see what they got going here. They're not going to give him much of a look at all. They're going to call it third and short. There's a near side official saying, move the chains. That's a first down. And finally, the white hat steps in. It is a Wilson Bank and Trust first down. Boy, that took some convincing.
Yeah. Cruz still, coming out of their preseason as well. It's only week 2 for them.
Second home game in a row. Page has 3 home games to start the season. 1st and 10 after the 6-yard gain for Butler. Snap, throw, right side, intended for Cartwright, and that one incomplete. Got the running back out of the backfield in the hands. Last time heard footsteps, that time Chase, I think that's the one the seniors got to haul in.
Absolutely. And that's a good play call right there. You've got him one-on-one on the edge. You've got a lead blocker with him in the wide receiver. And you just got to be able to do the things that you can control, catching the football when it hits your hands with no contact. Those are the things that you can control.
Minute 29 left on the second quarter clock. Page 28, Green Hill nothing. Beard, Gadbois to the right, Butler to the left. 2nd and 10 from their own 23. Ball on the left hash. Frankenfield snap, play action, looks downfield, got Beard. Xylon 40, 45, hit hard, lost the football as the Page Patriots have recovered. It is taken over by Talon Cisneros. A big hit on the senior wideout. He had the football, had good yardage, but got popped, lost it, and the Page Patriots force another turnover. I believe their 3rd takeaway of the first half.
Yeah, 4th time the ball's been on the ground. It is a different animal right now in the form of the Page Patriots. What a shot. That Xylon Beard, and he got up fine. He took it easy, but just unfortunate.
My apology. That is the 4th takeaway, 2 INTs and 2 fumbles. 4 turnovers tonight for Green Hill in the first half, and Page will get that shot in the second quarter with 80 seconds left, up 28-0. 1st and 10 from the Green Hill 46. On first down, Cruz slings it right side. Caught by Ryder Casillas, 40, 35, and will be spun out of bounds by Will Butler along with Cale Franklin Loudermilk. First down, Page, as it stops the clock on the reception up to the Green Hill 34-yard line. Gain of 12. Page right back on the football. Clock will not run here since he went out of bounds. Minute 13 left. 34 yards away from the end zone. Leading by 28. 2 receivers to either side. Cameron Cruz, the senior quarterback, claps his hands, takes the snap, hands off Odie, upfield to the 30. The junior stacked up at the 29, 28. Ball came free as Will Butler saying it is on the turf. Green Hill pointing their way as the pile will unfold. Green Hill does not come away with a football. It's still Page football and the clock running. 60 seconds left in the half. The run up to the 28-yard line for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Patriots back on it with 2 receivers to either side. The future Big 12 quarterback takes a snap, rolling left, pressure from behind, sets, throws on the sideline, caught at the 15, and King Wright will take the wide receiver out of bounds. Dylan Streeter moves the chains. 1st and 10. Page now at the Green Hill 12-yard line. Make that the 13.
Hasn't missed. I mean, he's been pretty perfect all night, has Cam Cruz, and you can see why, as you mentioned, Christian, going to play for Kansas State next fall.
15-yard gain on the reception. Dylan Streeter already with 1 touchdown grab tonight. He had 2 last week against Giles County. 1st and 10 with 38 seconds left in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the right, Streeter the receiver to the left. From the Hawks' 13-yard line, ball on the left hash to this artificial turf. Snap, quick throw, left side on the slant. Streeter at the 5. And King Wright, along with Will Butler, make the stop at the 3-yard line. Should be enough to move the chain, see if they are going to mark it as a first down. As they will place it at the 3. It is a first down, 1st and goal to go at the 3. 22 seconds and counting left in the half. In the shotgun. Cruz, snap. Odie runs left and will backpedal into the end zone. That is a Page Patriot touchdown, a 3-yard rushing touchdown for the junior Isaac Odie. his second rushing touchdown tonight, and the Page Patriots now lead it 34-0.
Really impressed with Cam Cruz on that drive. Just through strike after strike after strike, quick decision making, and then Isaac Odie only with 2 or 3 carries on that drive, but they were decisive, and they picked up crucial yardage.
Pretty confident. I am too on this extra point. They've already got 35 put on the scoreboard. Baba is out for the extra point, and the clock operator was right. The kick is good. 35-0. Page leads Green Hill. 11 seconds left in the first half, as this thing has been all Page here in Williamson County.
As it has been for several years now.
Right now the scoreboard shows 36.
Okay, he's not that good.
I feel like I've paid attention. That wasn't worth 2. We have documented over 7 years. I'm not great at math. I'm decent at football math. My elementary math teacher used to really compliment me on how I had my sevens down at such a young age. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, which the Page Patriots should have right now.
We did have a scoreboard error last year in a Green Hill Hawk basketball game that could have been costly, not for one Mr. Jack McChurch. I don't know if tonight at 1 point matters all too much right now.
Hawks will get the football to start the second half. And when they get the football, it's going to be a running clock unless they can somehow score in the next 11 seconds. Probably not going to score on this kickoff. Baba, low liner, and that one's not as deep. He only went 5 yards deep that time, but it's still a touchback as it lands in the long jump sand pit back behind the south end zone.
You mentioned the low liner. Made me think of like when Marjon Jones would try to time them at the goal
jump
line.
and leap in the air.
Yep, try to catch him. I think it's just going to probably be a knee for the Green Hill Hawks. Maybe a handoff just to see if you can pick up anything, but I can't imagine too many risks being taken. 11 seconds left here in the first half.
Offense back out there. Moved it a time or 2 tonight, but right now what has really prevented them from doing anything, 4 first half turnovers. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Butler in motion, running left to right, takes the handoff on the right sideline. Will shrugs off a tackler as he goes out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. Stops the clock with 3 seconds left.
Only Will Butler's second carry of the night.
Hawks will have to snap it one more time with that run out of bounds on 2nd down. Down by 35. Scoreboard says 36. We look over to our left. I got accustomed to looking to my left for the game clock tonight. It still says 9:27.
Oh, my goodness.
Hawks will have to snap it one more time before we go into the break. On 2nd down, wing tee set. Cartwright in the backfield. Frankenfield under center. Snap, turns, hands off. Cartwright. Zach going to stiff arm his way 30. Cartwright, right sideline, 35, and tackled on the final play of the first half. And congratulations to Zach Cartwright. Just eclipsed 2,000 career rushing yards in his Green Hill career. The 3rd Hawk to reach that mark, along with Brax Lamberth and Cannon Burrows. But unfortunately, that might be the highlight of the half, as Green Hill will trail by 35 going into the locker room at the break here at Page High School. The defending Class 5A state champions with their fingerprints all over this ball game in the first 24 minutes. Halftime score in Williamson County, 35 for Page, nothing for Green Hill. Stay tuned for the Hawk Halftime Report presented by Chase Baker of Mount Juliet Farm Bureau. We'll kick it off in just a moment with Brady Ray catching up with head coach Josh Crouch. As Coach Crouch makes his way on the far side to Brady, and go ahead and take it away.
Here on the field with head coach Josh Crouch. Coach, 4 turnovers there in the first half. What do you got to do to be able to flip that?
Yeah, I mean, hold on to the football would be great. But those are the things that are different. We got, 3rd and 20 down there. They get a first down and can't get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. So we're not putting ourselves in good positions to make plays.
big plays there from Page's offense in spurts there, some big plays down the field. How do you limit their damage offensively and claw back in?
2 blown coverages on touchdowns to start the game, and then we're not playing within our scheme on the 2 runs. So just got to get back to watching the film, come back and correct it, and see if we can get better.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Guys?
Thank you, Brady. That's head coach Josh Crouch on the not the Chim Chimney pregame show. This is halftime coverage presented by Chase Baker on the Hawk Halftime Report. We'll step aside, hear from some of our sponsors, and when we return, we'll bring it back for scores around the region, stats here from the first half, and more. Once again, it is halftime in Williamson County. 35 for the Page Patriots, nothing for the Green Hill Hawks. You're listening to Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Broadcast is brought to you by Mark's Automotive Repair Center, a AAA auto repair center that has served the Mount Juliet community since 2005. Give them a call at 615-864-8008. And by Sign Central. Experience their family-friendly service for all your custom signs, banners, and personal gift needs by calling them at 615-773-1088. Green Hill Sports Network coverage continues in just a moment after these messages.
We have seen a huge increase in the amount of homes bought and sold over the last year, and we know how important title insurance and the movement of money is to each transaction. That's why you should choose Cedar City Title to handle all of your closing needs. From purchasing and selling to refinancing and HELOC, they can close them all. They even offer mobile closing, so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your home to sell or buy your next one. Located on the historic square in Lebanon, you can reach them at 615-470-8700 or find them on their website at cedarcitytitle.com.
Chim Chimney, the company that you can count on for all of your fireplace and chimney needs. Whether we are servicing or restoring your fireplace system, you can count on top quality and satisfaction every time. Call us today, 615-364-8987.
Providing quality concrete construction throughout Middle Tennessee, Elrod Concrete Company can help with all your concrete needs. From driveways and patios to slabs, foundations, and commercial concrete, Elrod Concrete Company is committed to getting the job done right. Give Drew Elrod a call at 615-852-9518. Elrod Concrete Company, a proud supporter of the Green Hill Sports Network.
Hey Hawks fans, I'm Chase Baker, Agency Manager at Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance. And just like our teams on the field, we're all about protecting what matters most. My office is right across from the hill, so whether you're scoring touchdowns or hitting three-pointers, I'm here to help you win with the right coverage for your home, auto, and life. Stop by and see me, Chase Baker, Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance, right across from Green Hill High School. Go Hawks!
Green Hill Animal Hospital is proud to support our Mount Juliet athletes and families this fall. Veterinary owned and part of this community, Green Hill Animal Hospital delivers quality service and compassionate care for the pets you love. From routine wellness visits to advanced medical treatment, including surgery, our experienced team is here to keep tails wagging all season long. Green Hill Animal Hospital, your hometown choice for exceptional pet care. Visit greenhillanimalhospital.com today.
Quality, integrity, and exceptional service. Those are just a few ways to describe what Mark's Automotive Repair Center has offered the Mount Juliet community for more than 2 decades. Conveniently located on Lebanon Road less than 2 miles from the hill, whether it's routine maintenance or complex repairs, Mark's Automotive Repair Center will help you keep moving forward. To schedule your appointment, call 615-864-8008. Mark's Automotive Repair Center, now with locations in Old Hickory and White House. Founded over 30 years ago, Quality Machine and Torch Repair has provided high-quality repair services since their first day in business and continues to do so to this day. Quality Machine and Torch Repair specializes in repairing all major brands of welding equipment. With years of experience in the industry, you can rest assured your equipment will be serviced by a recommendable and experienced technician. Give them a call at 615-726-5282 or stop in and see them on Fessler's Lane in Nashville.
For 22 years, right here in the heart of Mount Juliet, Sign Central has been more than just a business. We're a proud, woman-owned, family-operated treasure of Wilson County. As parents whose children have thrived in Wilson County schools, we cherish the spirit of this community. We're thankful for the memories and friendships made here. Whether you need custom signs, eye-catching banners, or unique personal gifts, we invite you to come experience our family-friendly service. Visit us at 12020 Lebanon Road or call 615-773-1088. Let's create something special together.
Stay up to date with all the latest news with the Green Hill Sports Network on Facebook and X by following @GH Sports Network. Links to our broadcasts are shared before every game, making it the easiest way to keep up with the Hawks on GHSN. Plus, we'll keep you up to date with everything happening with Green Hill Athletics. Follow @GH Sports Network on Facebook and X for the easiest access to all Green Hill Sports Network broadcasts.
As a mom, I'm glad my son plays school sports. It's where he has fun with his friends. He contributes to the team. Oh, and he stays out of trouble. Otherwise, he'd probably be in his room by himself, having way too much screen time. School sports give him a place where he belongs and doesn't feel alone. And I am so thankful for that.
Support your school's athletic programs and the impact they have on entire communities, especially our students. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live, too. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Tired of stock performance holding you back? It's time to upgrade. White House Performance Parts is locally owned and trusted by Tennessee's top gearheads. They carry Holley, MSD Ignition, BP Race Fuels, Regola fittings, along with other proven brands. Plus, fast nitrous refills right on site. Visit them at 600 Sage Road North in White House, online at whitehouseperformanceparts.com, or call 615-913-1833. White House Performance Parts. Fuel your passion with them today. As a lifelong resident of Mount Juliet and with his children graduating from Green Hill High School, you could say Yancey Belcher is pretty familiar with this community. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients within the community and throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they are ready to help you with your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out the website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher is a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network.
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcast of Green Hill Athletics.
We've come to a pause in the action, but we carry on here on the Green Hill Sports Network. It's time for the Hawk Halftime Report, presented by Chase Baker with Mount Juliet Farm Bureau.
35-0 halftime score here in Williamson County. The Page Patriots all over the Green Hill Hawks in the fourth meeting all time between the two sides. And just kind of like the three previous matchups between the Hawks and the Pats, this one controlled by the guys in white, blue, and red. Welcome into the Hawk Halftime Report presented by Chase Baker of Mountain Juliet Farm Bureau. Tonight's game is brought to you by Chase Baker, Mountain Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance, located right across the street from the Hill. Chase and his team are here to protect your home, auto, or small business. The local service you can count on. Stop by and see Chase Baker at Mountain Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance right across from Green Hill High School. Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens, Brady Ray with you here this evening. And Chase kind of had some run-ins in the past with these Page Patriots, and they've looked a lot similar from 2021 when we saw them in the Class 5A quarterfinals to Week 2 here in 2026 of the regular season.
Yeah, it's not much change, and you kind of speak to the level of head coaching that Coach Rathbone has been able to display over these past couple seasons with the Page Patriots. Something that I'm really impressed by is just the multiple facets that they have at which that they can excel. They are shutting us down on defense right now, and then their offense is picking up around 5 yards a carry, but also have a quarterback back there who has thrown one incompletion all night.
Brady, this is a Page team that, from our perspective in the Science Central broadcast booth, they look pretty impressive. I imagine from down on the sideline, too, it's a team that stands out.
Yeah, they look like state champions. They look like they've been hoisting the gold ball, all those sorts of things. So there's definitely sizable advantage in a lot of areas. They've got speed, they've got athleticism, they have a step on you, and they've just played together for a long time. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine. It looks like it's just come out here and do what we do every single week.
And, Chase, one thing before we get to some of our stats and scores around the region, you were kind of concerned already with the offense having some mix-up tonight with no Denver Munoz and having a second different starting five in the first two games. That line has kind of struggled against the front for the Patriots, which we've seen Seth Frankenfield a couple turnovers, been sacked a couple times, and ultimately just can't establish a footing to get the ground game going.
I wouldn't be surprised. We don't calculate this in the booth, and I'm not even sure if Coach Crouch and his staff calculate this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Page's pressure rate on passing plays right now is over 95%. I mean, they are all over the quarterback, and as we mentioned, their defense is just so phenomenal. They're shutting down the run as well. They're slanting. They're bringing 5 almost every play, and they're leaving 7 in the box, so that way even if you do get all 5 hats fitted, they've still got 2 guys ready for the ball carrier.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our Cedar City Title Region scoreboard.
Starting with the scoreboard, it is the Lebanon Blue Devils on top at the Seagull Stars. They lead 14-0 at the half. For the Cookeville Cavaliers, they trail at home against FRA 27-0. Franklin Road Academy is on top in that one. It is Gallatin 14, Franklin 0 with about a little under 4 minutes left to go there in the first half. Mount Juliet trails Beach 14-28 as they are almost at halftime in that one. And Wilson Central and Northwest are tied 0-0 in the second quarter. So region is not looking too good tonight here on a Friday night. Only Lebanon and Gallatin currently hold leads. We'll see as we continue this game, which might be over a little earlier with the running clock start. We shall see. But we will keep you updated throughout the night as it goes.
That was the Cedar City Title Region scoreboard. Choose Cedar City Title to handle all your closing needs, from purchasing and selling to refinancing and HELOC. They can close them all. Read Cedar City Title at 615-470-8700 or check out their website, cedarcitytitle.com. Chase, let's now take a look at our first half stats.
We will start with the home team, the Page Patriots. Cameron Cruz was very good in the first half, went 12 of 13 for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, it was all Isaac Odie, 14 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Cruz also had a carry for 1 yard, also was sacked for a loss of 2. On the receiving end, 5 different receivers have pulled in a catch. Casillas and Isaac Odie both have a catch for 12 yards. Mac Lee and Dylan Streeter both have 3 catches. Streeter's are for 29 yards, and he has a touchdown. Mac Lee has 3 catches for 60 yards. And Riley Crandall has the lead for the receivers. He has 4 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. That is 212 on the ground, 212 through the air, 63 on the ground, 275 in total for the Page Patriots. For your Green Hill Hawks, Seth Frankenfield was 6 of 12 in the first half for 84 yards with 2 INTs. Those passes went to Will Butler, 2 catches for 16 yards. Farley, 1 catch for 12 yards. 1 catch for Xylon Beer, 23 yards, and 2 catches for Nick Gadbois for 43 yards. On the ground, Will Butler, 2 carries for 3 yards. Xylon Beer, 2 carries for no yards. And Zach Cartwright, 8 carries for 28 yards. The Hawks have also suffered 2 sacks in which they've lost 17 yards. So it is 14 yards on the ground, 84 through the air, 98 in total in the first half.
35-0 the lead for the Page Patriots, and as Chase brought up, the score will result in a running clock to begin the second half. Anytime a team trails by 30 or more, it's a running clock. If you get it below 30, it goes back to regular timing, and Chase, if Green Hill wants to stick around here a little bit longer tonight and not head back to Wilson County even earlier, going to have to go down and score some points on this drive.
Absolutely. Now, it'll be a running clock the whole opening drive, but if you can score quickly, you can save as much time as possible. It's only 5 possessions. I think they had 5 possessions there in the first half, and one of them they ended with the ball on the ground in the end zone.
Broadcasting from the air-conditioned Sign Central broadcast booth. Our friend Bobby Baskin's not going to appreciate hearing that. Whether you need custom signs, eye-catching banners, or unique personal gifts, Sign Central invites you to come experience their family-friendly service at 12020 Lebanon Road or call 615-773-1088. Create something special together at Sign Central. Also, a thank you to our friends at Wilson Bank and Trust. Game day or any day, Wilson Bank and Trust is proud to sponsor Green Hill High School and invest in the future of our local community. Through sponsorships, partnerships, and financial education, they are helping students and families build confidence for every stage of life. Together, we all win. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC. And a little bit of a pickle. We've talked throughout the night about the scoreboards, and one side had just the clock, one side had just the score, and then the clock wasn't working to our left, and so they started putting the clock on the right. And now we've got both clocks moving at the same time. The one on the left says we have 4 minutes and 15 seconds until the second half, and the one to our right says 2:20.
The one on the right is correct because it has already gone down and then done the 3 minutes where the teams come back out and stretch. So I don't know what that clock is going to do when it reaches 0. Maybe they're just running it down to get it to zeros.
You never know.
You do not.
I do know this. We're going to take a time out. Be back in just a moment. You are watching and listening to Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
The purpose of high school sports is not about playing time or winning trophies. It's not about getting college scholarships or going pro. If that's your focus, you're missing the point. High school sports are about teaching life lessons and helping students become better people. While winning is the goal, growing is the purpose of high school sports, and we believe that is worth protecting.
Let's join together to protect the purpose of high school sports. Visit protectthepurpose.com. This message presented by the NFHS and the TSSAA.
If it's under Friday night lights or in the classroom, Wilson Bank and Trust is committed to helping our communities thrive. By supporting local schools and promoting financial education, we're investing in the people who will shape tomorrow's success. So here's to teamwork, opportunity, and a brighter future for Middle Tennessee. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Quality, integrity, and exceptional service. Those are just a few ways to describe what Mark's Automotive Repair Center has offered the Mount Juliet community for more than 2 decades. Conveniently located on Lebanon Road less than 2 miles from the hill, whether it's routine maintenance or complex repairs, Mark's Automotive Repair Center will help you keep moving forward. To schedule your appointment, call 615-864-8008. Mark's Automotive Repair Center, now with locations in Old Hickory and White House.
This is senior Colton Redmond, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Back inside the Sign Central broadcast booth, Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens. Our spotter tonight is Seth Poston. Freddie Ray headed back to the Green Hill sideline for second half kickoff here in Williamson County. I guess, Chase, you could say it's Wilco versus Wilco tonight. Wilson versus Williamson. It's a matchup that has Green Hill playing in their 70th varsity football game in program history, 48-21 in the first 69 games in program history. And in game number 8 against a Williamson County team, Hawks all-time 3-4 against Williamson County opponents. Not on the right side of the scoreboard right now, trailing 35-0.
No, trying to get back to 500 against these teams out west. As Christian, they made another update to the scoreboard. It's more south than it is west, but still west of where I live, I guess. But anyway, not the point. The point is the Hawks are down 35-0. It's going to be a running clock unless we score, and you have an opportunity to do that on this opening drive here in the second half. If they scored 35 in the first half, you can do it in the second.
And Chase, probably rightfully so, Josh Crouch pretty short with Brady Ray going into halftime. Obviously not pleased with what he saw, but of the very few words that he did mention to Brady Ray, not going to do and accomplish much at all when you turn it over 4 times.
Turn it over 4 times, and then you have 2 blown assignments in coverage that give up big play touchdowns. Those 2 things tend to lead to the opponent scoring a lot of points and you scoring very little. We'll see what those halftime adjustments did for the Green Hill Hawks, as that scoreboard now has score and time on it. Run them both.
Well, Chase, did Jonathan Baba just get discovered here? The official has taken 2 footballs away from the kicker. He had one teed up, went and looked at it, tossed it to the sideline saying this one's not good. They gave him a new football.
If this ball doesn't...
And they also said that football was not good either. So this is going to be the 3rd football that the official is going to look at to see if it is eligible for Jonathan Baba to kick off the second half, as now Charles Rathbone is part of the conversation.
I'm not saying that Coach Rathbone would do something like this, but no, I am saying that. I am actually saying that. Yeah, they're using little kicking balls.
Do we? I guess the NFL version was Deflategate. Is this Inflategate?
Gotta be. If this doesn't reach the end zone,
that leaves a question mark.
I want, just like the Colts did that year when they lost by 35, to contest it.
Hey, Chase, we talked about Jonathan Baba being a smart guy. He knows how to kick the football, and he knows how to make it go a long way. He may be a science guy, too, with how he can doctor it up, or he can put an end to it all by just kicking this 8 yards deep like he has all night long.
Correct.
We'll see what happens here. Baba approaches, kicks this one, end over end.
No.
It is not going to make it. It's going to go to the 8-yard line. Will Butler, 10, 15, 20. He's going to be stopped at the 25-yard line. That's pretty interesting right there. That football went about 20 yards shorter than it had been all night long, as Baba had kicked it continuously 8 yards deep, and Will Butler fell to that one at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, it wasn't like he got it to the 1-yard line. I was like, oh, we lost 6 yards. No, he lost a lot of yardage there. So, again, we're not sure if that's anything or if,
We just got to have something to talk about.
Exactly right.
35-0. Hawks down by a handful of scores as the officials trying to stop the clock, but it should be rolling. And now there's officials, teammates saying, hey, dude, they're actually doing it right this time. It's supposed to be running. As the Hawks are going to try to get running here. 1st and 10 from their own 25. They'll start Cartwright on the ground, runs between the tackles, and takes a tackler up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3 from the 26 to the 29. Zach was hit pretty hard on the stop at 2nd and 7. We're already a minute into the 3rd quarter. We've said it in the past, when you get in this situation, Chase Owens, these games fly by when you get a running clock.
Yeah, 24 minutes isn't a really long time. And we talked about Zach Cartwright in the first half, but after that first run that went for -1 yard, he has not had a run go for negative yards, and that's just a testament to how good he is.
On 2nd and 7, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left in the shotgun. Frankenfield with the snap, 4-man rush, throws deep left side looking for Butler. Ball high and incomplete. Will had to sky it in the air and really contesting with Ryder Casillas for the football. Will did get just enough of it to make sure it wasn't a pick, but it is now 3rd and 7.
Frankfield's got an arm on him. He can throw it with some zip. Would love to see him bring that ball down. Butler has his man beaten, is across his face. If you can put that on his chest, that's a really big gain.
3rd and 7. 2 minutes into the second half. Page 35, Green Hill nothing. Gadbois, Beard to the right, Butler to the left. Frankenfield in the shotgun. 3rd and 7. 5-man front for Page. Knee-high snap. Frankenfield rolling left. Sets, throws downfield. Ball is going to be jumped and nearly picked off. Casillas stepped in front of Will Butler and almost held on to it. There is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. As the offense lingers on the field for a moment, it is going to be a block below the knees by Green Hill. That penalty's declined. It's going to be 4th and 7.
Okay. I don't know if I saw that. That's a great play. You're rolling to the wide side of the field. You're letting your number 1 receiver run a comeback route, try to beat leverage. Casillas does a really good job of sitting on the route and breaking on it when he sees the ball thrown. Luckily not intercepted because of the placement of the football.
Tristan Courtright to punt. To return is John Ryder standing at the Page 45-yard line. 4th and 7, Green Hill from their own 29. Snap, Courtright right at the numbers. Punt on its way. End over end kick. It's going to be taken by Ryder at the 41. He calls for the fair catch, and Page will have it on offense there with 8:45 and counting left in the third quarter. See if they'll stick with some starters or if they're going to change it up. Looks like we're going to see number 9, Cameron Cruz, the senior quarterback, back out there. Chase, you'd think it's a spot where maybe one more drive and then call it a night.
And Coach Crouch did the same thing a couple times last year when the Hawks had a running clock. And, you don't want your guys to go into the locker room and thinking their night's done. You want them to, even if it's just mentally, experience second half action.
1st and 10 as they will spot it at the 40-yard line.
They could have taken Isaac Cody out, though.
I think they did.
They did.
Trips to the left, one to the right, back to the left of the quarterback is Guerra. It's a give. Guerra runs right side, trying to follow blockers, but falls them right to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Miles Harden makes the stop, 2nd and 10.
And we said it. He got one play off, and he comes back.
Been a really good start to the year for Miles Harden.
Yes, it has. He has been very impressive. Loved his film last week. Even on the plays that we didn't call his name, his ability to set that edge and make sure guys had to continue to bounce inside of him. I was really impressed with number 10.
5 tackles, a sack, and a pass breakup last week in Chaco Island. 2nd and 10, Page from their own 40, up by 35. Trips to the left, one to the right. Snap, Cruz looks left, breakdown, and Evan Buckner there for the sack. Second sack of the night for Green Hill. Gabe Euler got one in the first half, and Evan Buckner had a sack last year in Williamson County at Ravenwood. Gets one here tonight. It's 3rd and 14.
I thought that might have been Buckner's second, but you had it right, Christian. It was Gabe Euler who got it in the first half. Really great stunt right there. I think that was supposed to be like a crack toss out to Odie, but I'm not 100% sure. Cruz didn't love the pitch idea, so he kept it.
3rd and 14 after the 4-yard loss. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. With 6:45 left in the third quarter, they will throw it Odie to the left this time. 35, 40, steps out of a tackle to the 45 and driven out of bounds. About 3 yards shy of his line to gain. There is a marker down at the 42-yard line.
That is because Evan Buckner had a chance at the play and got a nice two-hand touch to the back.
It would be marked off from the 42. Like I mentioned, it is 4th down, and it's a holding call on the Patriots. It would be 4th and 3, or it could be 3rd and long. Head coach Josh Crouch just signaled he's going to decline the penalty. And so Charles Rathbone, well, they spotted it at the 42. Excuse me. There was an official standing at the 47.
Well,
so that makes that decision a lot easier for
Yeah.
Coach Crouch. 4th and 8, and here comes the punt team.
Well, I think that we got a generous spot because I thought he was further up the field.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was about 3 yards short. But when they went to talk about the penalty, official didn't stay where the tackle was made. So it turns out to be a good thing for Green Hill. On 4th and 8, snap to Baba. There's the end-over-end punt. Butler lets it bounce at the 25 to the 20, picks it up off a hop at the 15, and gets a yard, maybe 2, just to prevent it going even further. As Joe Guerra, that junior back who had a carry on the drive, makes the special team stop. And Green Hill will take over from their own 17-yard line, down by 35 with 5:15 and counting left in the third quarter.
And you know some coaches that tend to take their starters out in a game that they trail by this much, with the Hawks having sophomores and juniors mostly on the starting offense, guys that have not played a lot of reps of varsity high school football. That will not be the case this season. They will get almost every rep they can.
And they need them.
Yes. Only way to get better is to keep on going.
Starters back out there. Hudson Garrett, Xylon Beard lined up left. Will Butler, Nick Gabois to the right. 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. In the shotgun, snap back to Frankenfield, looks right, throws. It is caught. Gabois in traffic, takes it away from a defender, holds on to the football at the 25-yard line. Really nice grab by the senior to pick up 7. It's 2nd and 3.
That's a really good job by Frankenfield. Back foot hit, knew exactly where he wanted to go, was confident in his read, put the ball on target and on time.
And that's what they have said about Seth Frankenfield. He may be young, he may be inexperienced, but he can kind of sling it a little bit.
The zip, you're seeing it on the other sideline, and the senior Cam Cruz, just that slight wrist, and it just kind of sends the ball. Frankenfield's got a little bit of that to him.
7-yard reception for Gabois. 2nd and 3 from the 25. Snap, Frankenfield, hands off Cartwright, hitting the backfield, able to get forward for positive yardage. finds the 28-yard line. Should be good enough for a Wilson Bank and Trust first down. They're going to stop the clock, or the motion to stop the clock. It does not stop since it's a running clock, and it is a Wilson Bank and Trust first down on the 3-yard run for the senior Zach Cartwright, who went over 2,000 career rushing yards as a Hawk in the first half.
Has been, just a consistent cog in the offense the past season and now 2 games. Love some Zach Cartwright.
Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Snap, Frankenfield on 1st and 10, flushed out to his right, stayed up, throws it out of bounds and incomplete. Really nice heady play by the sophomore. Nearly sacked by Liam Perry, able to step out of the Patriots' grasp and just get rid of it to live for another down.
A really good job. A rule just recently put in a couple of years ago. It used to be you just kind of had to eat the sack or throw it at the feet of an intended target.
That was never really a good rule.
No, never once.
You can do it at almost any other level of football, and at the high school level for a long time, sorry about it. You
better take that sack.
Either going to get decleated or penalized. 2nd and 10 from their own 28. Frankenfield to pass again. Pumps, rolls left, looks downfield, lost it in the air. That one nearly picked. Tried to get it to Will Butler, and Allen Hapgood nearly had the 3rd INT of the night for the Patriots, and if it wasn't for Will Butler, it probably would have been the 3rd pick.
And I'd love to see Frankenfield right there just kind of settle down a little bit. He had time. His receivers weren't open, on the initial read right there. And so he thought he had to extend and scramble away to keep the play going. But his offensive line had a really good job right there. They only rushed 4. And so just kind of stand in the pocket, let your guys find space. It'll be okay. Just only his 2nd career start. Hasn't even ran 60 plays of offense yet.
Hawks 25% on 3rd down last week. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood tonight. 3rd and 10 from their own 28. Frankenfield, here comes the blitz. Screens left side. It is caught for a moment, then ripped out of the hands of Hudson Garrick. Incomplete. Dylan Streeter breaks up the pass. If Hudson could have got around Streeter, he had blockers out in front, but that's a big butt with Dylan Streeter there. Really good player that has transferred from CPA. Already scored once tonight and makes a play there for the first time on defense.
And I wonder if because Hudson Garrick went over to the sideline and coaches were kind of telling him, hey, shorten it. I think they were telling him to shorten his split out just down a little bit, maybe shorten that throw and allow the blocker to reach the defender a little quicker.
Minute 10 left in the 3rd quarter. Running clock since we have started the second half with Page leading 35-0. Snap to Tristan Courtright. It's a wobbly spiral that is going to be muffed at the 45. Charlie Neal overran it, picked up, and now running John Ryder, 45, and up to the midfield line where he's tackled on the far side. There is a flag down. No, excuse me. The marker was down where he muffed the punt, and it is going to be Page Patriot football at the 49-yard line, 51 yards away from the end zone. With 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Page may not even have to snap it here in the quarter, depending on when they start the play clock.
I guess Coach Crouch may have ticked off Coach Rathbone or something because he's still got his starters out there.
Well, I would think maybe his offense ticked him off by not really accomplishing a lot on their first drive.
You may be right there, Christian.
Of the half. Odie behind Cameron Cruz as they will start the play clock. Just 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Snap, Cruz turns, pitches left, Odie, midfield, lowers the shoulder, runs into Evan Buckner along with Gabe Euler, entering Green Hill territory at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, 2nd and 3 after the final play of quarter number 3. 12 minutes left in this one. It was a scoreless, very quick 3rd quarter, and the score remains 35-0. Page on top, 12 minutes left here in Williamson County on the Green Hill Sports Network. Integrity, and exceptional service. Those are just a few ways to describe what Mark's Automotive Repair Center has offered the Mount Juliet community for more than 2 decades. Conveniently located on Lebanon Road less than 2 miles from the hill, whether it's routine maintenance or complex repairs, Mark's Automotive Repair Center will help you keep moving forward. To schedule your appointment, call 615-864-8008. Mark's Automotive Repair Center, now with locations in Old Hickory and White House.
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcasts of Green Hill Athletics.
This is senior Charlie Neal, and this is Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Back in Williamson County, Page up 35-0 over the Green Hill Hawks. Christian Capozzi, Chase Owens, and Brady Ray on the Green Hill sideline. Our spotter this evening, Mr. Coach Seth Poston here in the Sign Central broadcast booth. 2nd and 3 as we start the fourth quarter. Page has the football at the Green Hill 44-yard line, up by 35. 2 receivers to either side. Starter still out there for the Patriots. Kansas State commit at quarterback. Cameron Cruz with the snap. Screens it right side. Big play here. Riley Crandall 40, 35, 30, 20, 10. And Will Butler pushes him out of bounds on the track. He was out at the 6, but this is coming way back. There are 3 flags down at the 40-yard line. Charles Rathbone with his headset off looking around. I think if 3 guys catch it, I feel like that one's kind of hard to argue.
I think if old Mr. Coach Poston catches it, it should be called.
There are 3 markers all around the 40-yard line. It is a hold on the Patriots, and it wipes away a big reception. Nearly a 40-yard grab called back. It is from the spot of the foul. It was 2nd and 3. Back to the 50-yard line. Just a 6-yard loss, now 2nd and 9. That one play itself took a minute off the fourth quarter clock. 2nd and 9 from the 50. Snap, Odie, off right tackle, hesitant to his right to the 45. Takes, I should say, 4 or 5 Hawks to finally get him out of bounds. Will Butler, Gabe Euler, Ian Farley. Looks like Mason Minchie in the area as well after that 6-yard run. It is 3rd and 3 as they get the lost yardage back on the holding call. Nearly 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Page led 35-0 at halftime. Score remains the same. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tight end lined up left side on 3rd down. Hawks with 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Play action. Cruz floats it into the air right side and just a little bit too much on it. Dylan Streeter, the intended target. He was covered by King Wright. If it's a little bit of a more accurate pass, Streeter walks into the end zone.
Which it's been pretty solid all night, but that time right there, just a fingertips width outside his reach. And if Coach Rathbone makes that his last play of the night, he will tie incompletions to touchdowns on the night, 2-2.
Not a bad night's work right there.
No. The ball doesn't hit the ground but twice, and both of them your guy had a chance to go get. I'd say you did a really solid job.
Bobber to punt. Butler inside his own 5. High snap, gets it down. Here's the kick. It's a high spiral. Does not turn over. Bounces at the 20. Going to take a sideways bounce and a little bit of a Green Hill roll where it is down at the 19-yard line. So a punt inside the 20 for the senior. And Green Hill will take the football back on offense. And Chase, I think, objective here with 9 minutes to play, running clock still, you got to find a way to get some points on the scoreboard.
Put some points on the board. See if you can get a drive to go. I don't think we've had but one drive across the 50-yard line. And that was the giant Gadbois pass.
1st and 10 from their own 19. No Zach Cartwright in on this drive. Looks like we're going to get to see for the first time this year Jalen Montgomery. The 5'6" sophomore in the backfield, but it's going to be a pass for Frankenfield. Screens it right side. Beard 20, 25, 30. Beard on the sideline to the 40. Xylon 45 and pushed out of bounds on the Green Hill side of the field. Wait to see where they mark him out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A Wilson Bank and Trust first down on a 27-yard grab.
Really great job right there by Beard. Followed his blocks all the way down the sideline and then just turned on the afterburners.
That could be pretty effective with that screen game this year, Chase, with the way that Xylon Beard can get out and run.
Yes, big. 33-yard touchdown last week. Just an exceptional athlete. at the wideout position for the Green Hill Hawks.
1st and 10 from their own 46 with 7:50 to play in the ball game. Down by 35. Frankenfield, snap, hands off Montgomery, and Jalen, his first career varsity rush attempt, takes it up to the 50-yard line. Pick up a 4. It's 2nd and 6 for the Green Hill Hawks offense.
Good to see Montgomery getting in there and picking up a couple of yards on his first contact. Offensive line stays the same for this batch of skill backs.
And I think you said it earlier. It's a group that just got to get as many varsity reps as they can.
Yes, the group last year got to start 37 games together, something like that. So you're trying to replicate that as much as possible. 2nd
and 6 by the run from Montgomery. Throw left side, ball was tipped, but still caught by Xylon Beard. Snags it at the Page 45-yard line. It's a quick stop by the Pats, but it's a gain of 5 for the senior wideout on his second grab of the drive. Brings up 3rd and 1 with 6:50 to play.
And Xylon turned in a quiet night, 3 for 55 yards. 2 of those coming on this drive, a really big gain.
Number 2, check that, Joe Guerra.
3rd and 1. Back on the football. Montgomery to the right of Seth Frankenfield. On 3rd and short, they'll run. The young back gets past the 45 and got about a half yard or so. I'm not sure he's going to get enough to move the chains.
They're not going to give it to him. It doesn't look like it.
He needed 1. He got half of it. 4th and inches. Nearing the midpoint of the 4th quarter, and obviously in this kind of ball game, going to keep the offense out there. Colton Redmond still at left tackle. Mac Willis at left guard. Taylor Jackson at center. Dalton Good, the right guard, and Braden Hughes, the right tackle. 4th and 1. Frankenfield goes under center.
QB.
Puts Montgomery in motion. Snap, turns, hands off. It is Isaac Hewitt with his first carry of the year. Got a good spot on the far side, not so much on the near side. It's really going to depend on the spot. As the official looks to his left, looks to his right, places the football down. The white hat looks to the far side. Still looking and makes that signal. It's a Wilson Bank and Trust first down as Charles Rathbone is out on the field. He is not happy about the spot. Boy, Charles Rathbone still coaching hard here in the final moments of the game.
Yes, he is.
Did not like the holding call on the last drive and did not like the spot there. I do like the spot. 1st and 10, Green Hill at the Page 44. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, Frankenfield looks right, steps up in the pocket, going left, flag down. Sophomore tucks and runs to the 40. Frankenfield going to be pushed hard out of bounds, and there's another marker. A late hit out of bounds as Charles Rathbone now arguing the call. A marker down at midfield and 1 on the Page sideline. These things might offset one another.
Unless the one on the Page sideline is on Hudson Garrick for blocking too late after the play was over. That one in the backfield is definitely a hold, trying to avoid getting your quarterback killed.
Well, the conversation here may take the majority of the second quarter away now with 4:25 left.
It feels intentional by these referees right now.
It's a hold on the Hawks. A personal foul after the play against Page. So this may be the old 10 back, 15 forward.
Making it 1st and 5 for the Green Hill Hawks.
They are moving the ball back inside Green Hill territory at the Hawks 46, so that's 10. And now they're going to add 15 the other way to the 45, to the 40, and the ball down by the official at the 39-yard line, and Chase Owens is right on the money. 1st and 5, Green Hill, with 3:45 left to play.
And they only took about 1 minute and 11 seconds.
The Hawks trying to avoid something that they haven't done in a long time. You got to go back to year 1 since the last time they've been shut out in a ball game. Shut out a handful of times that season. 1st and 5 from the Page 39. Frankenfield to throw on 1st and 5, rolling right, telling Beard to go to the right, and as he jogs that way, Seth just checks it out of bounds into the cheerleaders. 2nd and 5, nothing open there, nothing doing for Green Hill.
No, but also no reason to leave the pocket. Your guys downfield will make adjustments to you, seeing that they're not open and the play is already broken down. Frankenfield a couple times tonight, which is to be expected. Doesn't even have his learner's permit probably yet. has just left that pocket just a little earlier than you'd like to see, especially with no pressure there. Now, that being said, the first quarter, second quarter, there was pressure out the wazoo. So I understand having a little bit of happy feet.
Wing T on 2nd and 5. Montgomery in motion, takes the snap, tries to juke around a Page Patriot. That ain't going to work. Tackled at the 40-yard line for -1. 2nd and 6. Make that 3rd and 6 now for the Hawks, who have not been shut out since October 30th, 2020, in the season finale in Chattanooga at Notre Dame.
Which we fumbled 4 times that day.
And we fumbled getting there at the correct time. We did not translate it from Central Time to Eastern Time.
No, we were there, what?
Chase Owens and I got there like 4 hours early. So early
I took a nap in my car.
Chase took a nap in his car. 3rd and 6. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On 3rd down, Page brings pressure. Quick throw left side. Beard at the 40. Makes a move, 35. Spins out of a tackle, but just enough to bring Xylon down. Colin Mullick, a senior, held on to the cleat of Beard to take him down to the turf at the 36-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 2 after the 4-yard gain. 100 seconds left. Hawks will go again on 4th down. Boy, that's not good. Xylon Beard going to limp his way to the far sideline. Skipping his way to the Green Hill side as the Hawks will bring in Ephraim Hoekstra as the receiver to the right. Nick Gadbois that way. Hudson Garrett to the left. 4th and 2 from the Page 36. Down by 35. Snap. Frankenfield looks left. Throws quick. That's Hudson Garrett. He's got it. He's got a Wilson Bacon Trust first down on the first career reception for the wideout.
Yeah, really good job. Just a quick, it's an RPO hitches. Garrett runs right past the first down sticks, and as soon as he turns around, that ball is on him. Easy first down conversion.
5-yard gain. 1st and 10, Green Hill, 55 seconds left. Going to really have to kind of get going here if they want to try to put points on the board. Huddled up with 45 seconds left. Gadbois, Hoekstra to the right, Garrett to the left. Montgomery, sidecar left of Seth Frankenfield. On 1st and 10, snap. Montgomery runs upfield, 30, and his progress will be stopped right there. 1-yard pickup on what could be the final play of tonight's game. As the Hawks will make their way to midfield, the Page Patriots will meet them that way as well. And the Class 5A state champions have not lost a regular season game since 2023. They have not lost a regular season contest to a non-Williamson County opponent since 2020. And those will continue on after a 35-0 win here in Williamson County. Page will start 2-0 in 2026 as the Hawks fall for the first time, and now 1-1 as they will head home for their first home game of this new season. We're going to step aside here from some of our sponsors and bring it back in just a moment for the Law Office of Yancey Belcher post-game show. Once again, Hawks fall at Page High School this evening. Final score 35-0. You're listening to Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
Broadcast is brought to you by Mark's Automotive Repair Center, a AAA auto repair center that has served the Mount Juliet community since 2005. Give them a call at 615-864-8008. And by Sign Central. Experience their family-friendly service for all your custom signs, banners, and personal gift needs by calling them at 615-773-1088. Green Hill Sports Network coverage continues in just a moment after these messages.
As a lifelong resident of Mount Juliet and with his children graduating from Green Hill High School, you could say Yancey Belcher is pretty familiar with this community. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients within the community and throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they are ready to help you with your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out the website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher is a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network. Tired of stock performance holding you back? It's time to upgrade. White House Performance Parts is locally owned and trusted by Tennessee's top gearheads. They carry Holley, MSD Ignition, BP Race Fuel, Fragola fittings, along with other proven brands. Plus, fast nitrous refills right on site. Visit them at 600 Sage Road North in White House, online at whitehouseperformanceparts.com, or call 615-913-1833. White House Performance Parts. Fuel your passion with them today.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live, too. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Founded over 30 years ago, Quality Machine and Torch Repair has provided high-quality repair services since their first day in business and continues to do so to this day. Quality Machine and Torch Repair specializes in repairing all major brands of welding equipment. With years of experience in the industry, you can rest assured your equipment will be serviced by a recommendable and experienced technician. Give them a call at 615-726-5282 or stop in and see them on Fessler's Lane in Nashville.
For 22 years, right here in the heart of Mount Juliet, Sign Central has been more than just a business. We're a proud, woman-owned, family-operated treasure of Wilson County. As parents whose children have thrived in Wilson County schools, we cherish the spirit of this community. We're thankful for the memories and friendships made here. Whether you need custom signs, eye-catching banners, or unique personal gifts, we invite you to come experience our family-friendly service. Visit us at 12020 Lebanon Road or call 615-773-1088. Let's create something special together.
Providing quality concrete construction throughout Middle Tennessee, Elrod Concrete Company can help with all your concrete needs. From driveways and patios to slabs, foundations, and commercial concrete, Elrod Concrete Company is committed to getting the job done right. Give Drew Elrod a call at 615-852-9518. Elrod Concrete Company, a proud supporter of the Green Hill Sports Network.
Hey Hawks fans, I'm Chase Baker, Agency Manager at Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance. And just like our teams on the field, we're all about protecting what matters most. My office is right across from the hill, so whether you're scoring touchdowns or hitting three-pointers, I'm here to help you win with the right coverage for your home, auto, and life. Stop by and see me, Chase Baker, Mount Juliet Farm Bureau Insurance, right across from Green Hill High School. Go Hawks!
On the road or on the hill, your Hawks play here. This is the Green Hill Sports Network, the official home for all live broadcast of Green Hill Athletics.
The action has just come to an end, but our coverage continues on. Interviews, stats, and much more just ahead on the law office of Yancey Belcher postgame show. Here's Christian Kaposi, Chase Owens, and Brady Ray.
The Green Hill Hawks suffer their first setback of the 2026 season and their first shutout loss since 2020 as they fall in Williamson County this evening by a final score of 35-0 to the reigning Class 5A state champion, Page Patriots. Christian Kaposi, Chase Owens, our spotter, Seth Poston, and Brady Ray on the sideline as we are set to kick off the Law Office of Yancey Belcher postgame show. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher has been serving clients throughout Middle Tennessee since 1999, and they're ready to help you with all your legal needs as well. For information and to schedule your free consultation, call 615-773-ATTY or check out their website at yanceybelcher.com. The Law Office of Yancey Belcher, a proud founding sponsor of the Green Hill Sports Network. Chase Owens just knew it coming into this and kind of early on caught on quickly of what you maybe feared the most. Page football team pretty good, and this young Green Hill team just really not up enough to really test a very, very stout football team.
Oh, 100%, Christian. Something that I was very impressed by, just Coach Crouch, just as he talked about in the pregame, continuing to keep his composure, having his guys keep his composure. We talked about penalties a lot last season, and something that you didn't really talk about tonight was the Hawks being undisciplined. I felt like even when things got out of hand, it was never them just, kind of letting things go. We heard, Coach Crouch talk about at halftime a couple busted coverages, but another second-half shutout on the season, so 2 back-to-back second-half shutouts, if that's how you want to look at it. No points. Coach Rathbone left his starters in there, so you knew that they were still trying to score, put together good drives, and so that's something to build on. But the first couple drives, 3 straight touchdowns, and then you fumble a punt into the end zone. That is not a good start.
Yeah, and that's probably the most disappointing part of the night. If it's defense, it's certainly some of the big plays that you allowed at times, and then the offense, just the inability to, one, sustain drives, but 2, the turnovers. And we should note, you mentioned the punt. We marked down 4 turnovers by the offense tonight, one of them on special teams on a mishandled snap on a punt. But overall, just not the night for Green Hill that they needed to have to compete, and it kind of showed and got out of hand in a hurry. We said it throughout the Chim Chimney pregame show. You could not have the start that you had last week at Chaco Island, and unfortunately, it was almost identical.
I think you almost had it, except for on our second drive, we didn't get a field goal. That was the tough part, is that with last week when they started out fast on offense and then we kind of settled in defensively. Tonight, the other team started fast on offense and then continued to be fast on offense, and that was a little bit of a shock. The tough part is that you get no reprieve in a week.
And this guy knows it best. Let's now throw it down to the field as head coach Josh Crouch catches up with Brady Ray.
Here for the law office of the NC Belcher postgame show with head coach Josh Crouch. And, Coach, a quick second half in a running clock scenario like that, so limited possessions in that second half. But overall, your message to this team postgame after taking this one on the chin was just about respond from – elaborate a little bit from scenario.
Yeah, I just told them we're in the same spot we were last year. We back teams that are going to challenge and press us, and I think all this is about how we respond. So not many people are going to schedule this type of schedule, but we can't keep leaning on that as an excuse. Eventually, we've got to compete, and 4 turnovers, a couple penalties here or there. We just played a little sloppy tonight and had a special teams touchdown against us on a bad snap. So it's just one of those deals where we didn't play our best. And against a team like that, you have to.
You left a lot of your starters out there throughout the entirety of the game. Maybe a mix of the youthfulness of this squad and a lot of these guys still trying to earn as many varsity reps as possible, but also trying to correct some things that maybe went wrong there in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we took Will and Zach out pretty quickly after the third quarter. Offensive line-wise, just depth, we don't have a ton of that, so we left a good majority of those guys in. Dez got in, got some reps, did a good job, and Denver being out tonight, we're just a little light on the offensive line part, but Jalen got in there, got some carries, and then Hudson and some of the other guys got in there and get some reps. But either way, whoever we put out there, we've got to be able to compete, and we just didn't do a good enough job in the first half to be able to put us in a position to do that.
Throughout the night, some of the huddles and conversations there on the sideline where the focus is coming off of certain possessions of just how we got to get back to doing what we were coached to do, so some miscommunication, some out of scheme, whatever that might be. What did you notice from your perspective there on the sideline as far as what's correctable and what maybe is just a gap in some of the talent?
No, I don't think it's a gap in talent. I think our kids are playing hard, and I think ultimately that's all you ask for coaches. So it's our job as coaches to be able to put our kids in the right position based off what they can do. So we've got to go back and kind of correct some things and be able to put us in position, but it's not the gap in the kids. I mean, the Page is really good. I don't want to act like they're not, but as long as our kids will play hard and play within the way that we're coached, that's all we can ask. And I think we did that for the majority of the night. Some of the bigger plays that you've seen, there were some busts, particularly the first 2 touchdowns that were early on in the first quarter were bust, and then a couple of turnovers. When you have 4 turnovers, it's just you can't win football games. So. I think they played hard. They responded well. They were still out there making good effort and trying to make plays, but we just had too many mistakes tonight to overcome.
Been on the road to start your season, back-to-back weeks. For the first time all season, you'll return home to the Hill. What kind of energy and confidence or just excitement does that provide you, the staff, and these group of athletes finally getting to play their first game of the season back home?
Yeah, I think the Hill is a special place. I think we have a great atmosphere. I think it's one of the better ones in our area. And, I'm excited about our guys being able to play in front of us. Some of the young guys have never been in that situation. We haven't had a band playing yet during our time, so it's good for them to get into that routine and get to feel the home environment and the pulse of what a home football game looks like on Friday nights, and that being on our side this week should be great. But I know our fans are going to show out. I know it's a big game, and they should travel well, so it should be a great environment, and now we've just got to go and perform.
Well, Coach, as always, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Guys?
Thank you, Brady Ray, as he joins head coach Josh Crouch on the law office of Yancey Belcher postgame show. Hawks fall tonight at Page High School 35-0. Green Hill 1-1 through 2 weeks of the 2026 season as Page advances to 2-0. And now you go back to the 2025, make that the 2024 state championship game. It's a Page football team that has won 16 consecutive games dating back to December of 2024. Chase, you picked Cedar City Title Region scoreboard. We're not going to have complete finals tonight due to some of the, our game getting done a little bit earlier, but either the region scoreboard or final stats you pick.
We'll do scoreboard for now, just to get it out the way, and then if we have another chance at an update, we will try to do it, but we'll do it for right now. Lebanon leads Siegel with 11 minutes left in their game, 21-7. Franklin Road Academy with 7 minutes left in the third quarter leads Cookeville 28-7. Gallatin with 4 minutes left in the third quarter leads Franklin 14-6. Beach leads Mountain Juliet 47-21. And Wilson Central still tied with Northwest in the third quarter, 0-0. Now, on to the stats for tonight. We'll start with the home Page Patriots. Cameron Cruz goes 13 for 15, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, no INTs. The receivers that caught a ball, Casillas, 1 catch for 12 yards. Isaac Odie for 2 catches, 17 yards. 3 catches, 29 yards for Dylan Streeter, but he also has a touchdown. Mac Lee, 3 catches for 60 yards. And the leading receiver of the night, Riley Crandall, 4 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Only 3 players carried the ball tonight for the Page Patriots. Isaac Odie carried it 16 times for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cam Cruz carried it twice for -1 yards. He picked up a yard and then just got tackled for a loss. And then number 2, Joe Guerrera, had 1 carry for no yards. On the night, 217 yards through the air, 70 on the ground, 287 for the Page Patriots. On the other side, your Green Hill Hawks, not a bad night from Seth Frankenfield. 11 completed passes on 23 attempts for 142 yards. No touchdowns, 2 INTs. Hudson Garrett caught a pass for 5 yards. Ian Farley caught a pass for 12 yards. Will Butler caught 2 passes for 16 yards. Nick Gadbois caught 3 passes for 50 yards. And Xylon Beard led the team in receiving for 4 catches, 59 yards. On the ground, 5 different Hawks got to see a carry. Isaac Hewitt, 1 carry for 1 yard. Will Butler, 2 carries for 3 yards. Jalen Montgomery, 4 carries for 5 yards. Xylon Beard, 2 carries for 0 yards. And Zach Cartwright passing into the 2,000 yards as a Green Hill Hawk, 10 carries for 34 yards. Unfortunately, the Hawks did suffer 2 sacks, losing 17 yards. So 26 on the ground, 142 through the air, 168 in total.
Green Hill falls tonight to Page 35-0. And as we've kind of alluded to throughout the night, final of 2 consecutive road games to open up the season. And now Hawks finally get to go home next Friday night when they take on the Ravenwood Raptors. A stretch here where they play 3 consecutive Williamson County opponents tonight here at Page, home on Friday against Ravenwood. And then their final of 4 straight non-region games to open up the season. They take on Centennial on September 11th. And we've talked about it throughout the night, especially in that second half, Chase Owens. Reason why some of those starters for Green Hill stayed out there. These are learning opportunities and such, and when you get into the real thick of it and the details of it, you never love losing in this manner, 35-0. Just didn't have a great night overall. But in the end, as Coach Crouch kind of describing there to Brady Ray, something you got to take away from this, learn from it, and then try to really build and progress as you get closer and closer to the games that really matter in region play just now 3 weeks away.
Yeah, no one looks at this and says it's a good thing that you came out here and lost 35-0. But also in the same breath, Ravenwood's not coming to Green Hill next week being like, oh, they lost 35-0 last week. Like, let's take some pity on them. No, they're going to come try to do the same thing. And so what it is about doing, and I thought Coach Crouch kind of said it perfectly in his postgame interview with Brady Ray right there, is just it's about responding. It is about turning up and turning back. Not how hard did you get knocked down, but how quickly can you get back up and respond. I know there's a lot of questions around this team still, even though we're 2 games in, but it is just about kind of finding the next play, the next fight, the next mentality.
Before we get to our quality machine and torch repair quality performer of the night, I want to shout out our friends at Mark's Automotive Repair Center. Mark's Automotive Repair Center is a AAA auto repair center built on the belief in hard work and honest service and located less than 2 miles from Green Hill High School. Call them at 615-864-8008 or stop in and see them at the repair center at 14185 Lebanon Road in Old Hickory. Guys, never love to have to do this, but we need to name a quality machine and torch repair quality performer of the night on what was certainly a difficult night throughout the ball game, but who are some Hawks that stood out to you guys?
Me personally, I think it's Evan Buckner. I think that he was a phenomenal job on the defensive side of the ball tonight. Like we talked about all night long, Christian, and Brady, you might have heard it a little bit, just the tackling tonight was not bad. It wasn't, that wasn't where the miscues happened. The blocking assignments, the taking on blocks wasn't bad from the Green Hill Hawks. It was a little bit of coverage, and it was a little bit of no penetration up front, but I think Evan Buckner, solid job tonight, got a sack, had a couple tackles, and so we'll see it, the stats ultimately, but there's a reason he's wearing number 20, and he showed out tonight.
Oh, we're having a hard time getting Brady. Let's pass him the mic there. Is having a hard time all of a sudden receiving audio from his mic.
Got me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, there it is. I was just going to add that other names that stuck out to me were Gabe Euler, Miles Harden. I thought the guys on the front side of that defensive line were kind of just really the effort was all out tonight. And when there were tackles to be made and big plays that were made throughout that game, normally it was guys like that on the play there, on the stop. So I'll just fall in line there also with Chase, our buddy Chase there. I think Evan Buckner is a great name to go with as well.
Yep, we'll go with Evan Buckner, your quality machine and torch repair quality performer of the game. Quality Machine and Torch Repair specializes in repairing all major brands of welding equipment. With years of experience in the industry, you can rest assured your equipment will be serviced by a recommendable and experienced technician. Call them at 615-726-5282 or stop in and see them on Fester's Lane in Nashville. Final comments before we get out of here. Really looking forward to getting back to Green Hill High School, where we're going to really be in that area the next 2 months, really. Your two road games from here, at Gallatin, at Lebanon. You're not really any further than about 30 minutes or so from the Hill over the final 8 games that you have in the 2026 regular season. And that stretch of 8 games starts next Friday, September 4th at home against Ravenwood.
Yeah, not going to be an easy challenge for the Green Hill Hawks next week, but I love that Coach Crouch addressed that there in the post-game interview. That's got to stop being an excuse. Your schedule. Cole Kubelik said this really well yesterday. He's a sportscaster for the SEC Network, and he's like, your schedule's only hard if you're not good. If you're a good football team, no one thinks your schedule is hard, and so it might be a hard schedule. But if you're a good football team, you go out and you play a hard schedule, you make it look like an easy schedule. So Ravenwood, going to be tough. We know, as Christian mentioned very early in the broadcast, state runner-ups a season ago in 6A. One of the very few teams that the Hawks lost to. They lost to a state champion. They lost to a state champion, and they lost to a state runner-up last year. So you know what kind of test you're going to go in for next week.
And next week, as we mentioned, September 4th at home, the Ravenwood Raptors come to town to take on the Green Hill Hawks. You'll be able to watch that as our first Green Hill football YouTube broadcast that you'll actually get to see. Reminder, audio only on the road, video broadcast at home. Also broadcast next Tuesday night, Green Hill Volleyball as they take on the Gallatin Green Wave. That's all we have for you tonight from Williamson County. Before we get out of here, make sure you follow us on Twitter and on Facebook at GH Sports Network. And if you are listening here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and follow along with all the Green Hill Sports Network has to offer. In our next offering of Green Hill football, as mentioned, next Friday night at Green Hill High School on September 4th, Ravenwood versus the Hawks of Green Hill. Kickoff at 7 p.m. We begin the Chim Chimney pregame show at 6 o'clock. For our spotter, Seth Poston, for our sideline reporter, Brady Ray, for Chase Owens, I'm Christian Capozzi. Final score tonight from Page High School. The Patriots defeat Green Hill 35-0. You've been listening to Green Hill Football on the Green Hill Sports Network.
This has been a presentation of Green Hill High School Athletics on the Green Hill Sports Network. For more information on upcoming broadcasts and games, follow at GH Sports Network on Facebook and Twitter, and check out the school's athletic website, greenhillathletics.com.